All right. Looks like everything is up and running, potentially. Good day, everybody, and welcome to the stream. So today, we're going to build a Let's Play, build a game. So today I am on my Let's Play server that I have. The only person who has access to it at this time. The intention of it is for me to build games and events and things that I can then run members and people from the community through from time to time. Invite people in and either stream it or more likely film a video and release it. I'm kind of having some fun with the community. So we're going to build our first Let's Play today. So I'm going to give a couple minutes and let everybody show up. It's always a few people show up after a couple minutes. Well, I slurp down some delicious chalky milk. Hello, Quentin and Dyragarth. Hello. Correct myself, Dyragarth. I put an extra R at the end that did not need to be there. I am a fool. But yeah, so I've been fiddling with this a little bit today. So here is a slime block. So the reason I have a slime block here is this is the spawn point. So anybody else that I pull into this world eventually will spawn on that block, but they will spawn on top of the tree that is there. As you can see, there is no tree. So they will spawn up there, and then as soon as they're finished loading in, they will fall. So I put a little slime block there so when they do, they don't take it. A little bit, and then they are good. Snazzy little way of making sure people don't get injured. Hello, Nick F Gaming. Good day. So a week or so ago, I hopped in here and had people help me design. Hey, Teresa, good timing. Help me design a little bit of what was going to be kind of the entry building, the starter building of what's going to be, I guess, Draven's Let's Play Land or whatever name I come up with for this. So I've been working on that today, and I got it done. So we're going to look at that. So slow when I'm not flying. All right, so what we have here is the basic building. Walls themselves were helped designed by the community, picking things out. I got some bush down there. Still not sure I'm going to keep these bushes. Kind of tempted to use the blue version. I think that might be too blue. I'm not sure. What's up, Yerbs and Rowdy? So yeah, so this is the starter building. Now, I'm very proud of this building, especially the roof. I really like the way the roof turned out. Fiddled with it for a few hours today. And I think it's a really cool, it worked out as a cool design. Still trying to keep it with the blue, white, and black theme of the rest of this room. And I'll put some stuff in here eventually as well. I haven't really looked on decorating. Yeah, real happy with the way the roof turned out. I've done things kind of like this in the past, but I made it look a little bit different. For bushes, really there's blue. The blue one looks nice. I like the blue, but I'm afraid it might be too much blue. Hello, potato. So let's see here. That is going to be leaves. So there's leaves, and then there's bushes. And most of the, or either is it? What is this? Bush. I put bushes. Okay. Yeah, bush. So I like. Oh, that is the same thing I got. The blue version of it is also very snazzy. I just wasn't sure if the blue on the green would look odd, but the blue kind of, I think, goes with the theme a little better than the green. Just with everything else being blue, white, and black. It's not a purple one, sadly. Blue, red, and green, and then this rainbow thing that does not look good at all. Yeah, like I said, I can fiddle that over time. It's and I'm just not sure I'm going to keep the bushes as they are. I'm going to put things out here, decorations and flowers and such as well. So I just kind of wanted something to get started. And there's I decided to leave the doors open instead of having a doorway. Kind of, I'll be honest, I had to rip one wall down and move it one block out. I realized I made it one block too small for it to be consistent. Is it possible to put lava in a smeltery remotely? Yes. If you use a wireless fluid and then just GPS your lava, the a liquid transaction, whatever. Why am I drawing blank with the names? This one. You want a fluid extraction cable pulling your lava out of your automated lava system, put a wireless fluid cable on that, and then GPS it to your smeltery tank. It'll keep it full forever. That's what I do. You never have. You can do it to multiple tanks too. I have them in my melters and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm very thirsty today. I have a fresh jug of ice cold chalky milk. So yeah. I like the wall runes. These are some of my new favorite blocks to use because I like that it gives you a random rune. You just don't know which one's going to drop when you put it there. For out here, I did this, put on a bit of an angle. Number one, it looks a little nicer. Number two, it makes it harder to see all the stuff underneath, which I may close up eventually. Some of this stuff took a while because some of the blocks I've used are not compatible with the building yet. Like, for example, the glass that I have I'm standing on right now, is not compatible with the building gadget. So I had to put all that in manually. Ceiling looks kind of interesting as well. So basically what I did there is I used the same castle runes. I drew my pattern out, kind of doodled those. Then I put glass in between all of them. And then I just put an ocean of liquid starlight on top. Glass keeps it from going through. You're actually looking through the glass, so the liquid, it gives a nice 3D look, so that it makes the blocks, you can kind of see the sides of them as well, which I like through the glass. So you can kind of, I think it really does well with the 3D. But yes, that's that. So today we're going to start, like I said, working on our first actual Let's Play. And I know what it's going to be. I'm going to build it not too far from all of this. I think that. I'm going to need some waste stones. These are stones that I'm going to destroy later. But I want to keep these things centered as much as possible. So I'm using some cobblestone to line up my center. Whoop! Then I can always vein mine it later. Oh, another thing I used on here, other than just the flare lanterns, I used a huge chunk of dread lamps as well. So that's definitely helping out. If you're not familiar with a dread lamp, tell me and I will let you know. I guess I'll just tell you either way. A dread lamp keeps passive mobs from spawning. That's why I have no more chickens and sheep and wolves all over the place. They were getting irritating. So I had chickens and eggs everywhere. Got rid of that. I'm doing this. I'm just going to vein mine this all later. I just want to make sure the next thing I build is centered to. Going to be. Not bad for the base. So what we're doing for this build is we are going to be building a pyramid and a maze. A maze and a pyramid, basically. It's going to be pretty huge. It's going to be very large. What I'm struggling with right now is how to make it work. Because originally, my first... Put that cobblestone. Probably put a light on there. So my original thought was, well, I'll just make a big square, and make it a maze, and put a smaller square and a smaller square and a smaller square, and then build a pyramid up over it. But after thinking about it, I realized if I do that, I can't see anything. If I'm going to do this as a Let's Play or let people play it and record it, I need to be able to see what people are doing. That makes it harder. So what I feel I'm going to have to do is make it even larger, but then keep a space between floors where the ceiling is glass so that I could be floating. I can go between the floors of the actual pyramid and kind of fly over top looking down at the maze at whatever people are doing. The thought, anyways. I'm still kind of hashing out in my brain how I want it to work. But again, it's whether or not that'll work. See how low we can get. I feel like if I'm going to make this as big as I'm thinking it's going to be, I'm going to need floor to ceiling of the buildable area. It's going to be a massive pyramid. So I'm going down to start the first floor. Just got to make sure it's down enough that, you know, no one's going to get hurt. Or like, you know, start flipping through the top. I don't know where the bottom is. We're going to go down a good way. I know I can go up a lot, so. Oh, there we go. Well, let me put any more. So that's the build bottom right there. So let's go up a bit in case I need to run redstone or something underneath it there. All right. That's going to be my base. Base. So, I, being me, which I can only be, I'm needing this to be an odd number by an odd number because I want a single center point of the pyramid. That way I can have a beacon or something coming out the top that might look cool. What's up, Brave? Sarah. I'm thinking we're going to start with 101. See how big that gives us. I will be doing a little counting for a moment. Bear with me. 5, 6. 2, 3. 34. 34. 44. 81. That's my middle block. 2, 3. 80, 180. 90, 91, 93. 100, 101. 101. That is 50 on each side. Does not seem even, though, to me. Does it seem even to you? I feel like there's more on that side than there is on. Maybe it's just angled. Oh, no. I guess it's the angle I'm on. Okay. I don't think that's big enough. I just don't think that's big enough. We're going to need to go larger. All right. So, adding an even number will keep it odd. So, let's add another 50. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, 50. Is that big enough for the base of our pyramid? Nope. Need another 50. This is going to take a while to build. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 3, 8, 4, 9, 50. Okay. That looks about what I want for the base. So I'm going to do that square. So that was, I did 100, then I had 50 and 50, so it's 201. So I'll need to do 100 coming off each side. The challenge of the beginning. 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 40, 56. 1, 2, 3, 4. 100. Once I do this other side, I'm done. The rest of that I can just use building gadget. Oh, man, I lost count in there. Oh. Had the tiniest bit of lag, and it threw it all off. Dang it. I can tell you how often this happens. I can see that the watchers has drastically dropped as I've been sitting here counting. Probably not the most exciting thing to watch. I understand. Once I get this 100 counted correctly, I'll be done. Promise. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 50. There we go. All right. Darn. So I'm going to make a base of cobblestone. Then on top of that, I'm going to start with the actual sandstone that I'm going to use. I want to have a base underneath just in case I foolishly vein mine something. So we're going to cobble it up. So how was everyone's, what was today, Monday? Oh, Monday's such an atrocious day. Today I took Buffy to the vet, and he said that she's okay. It doesn't seem to have gotten any worse. He said at this point we're managing it the best we can, although he did give us a little bit of different eye drops for her. He said the only way to 100% diagnose that is in case, in fact, the issue, is to wait until she has a day where her eyes are bothering her, bring her in, sedate her, and then they do scrapings on the inside of her eyelid. And I'm like, I'm not cool with that. He goes, I don't think you should be. He goes, unless it gets drastically worse, where it's, literally affecting the way she lives. He goes, I don't think we should go that far. Right now it's manageable. And I'm like, okay, that works for me. As long as he says, we're not looking at anything super funky at the moment. That's all I care about. So, may have built that too long. That's all right. Now we square it up, it'll be easier. I may skip the bottom level of cobblestone and go right to the sandstone. I'm going to use this as a frame. Got it from me. Oh, wow. I did, didn't I? Okay. This may be the biggest thing I've ever built, now that I look at it. Definitely going to be one of the most complicated. One of the most challenging thing I've ever built. I've actually built 3 times. That was my dang Goonies cave. Every time we had a new server, Sky Factory 4, I built the Goonie cave, and I never got to show it off to hardly anybody. Irritating. Now let's bring this across so we don't go quite as far as last. All right. So this was kind of a combination of an idea Turtle had and I had. Oops. I'm pretty excited about what the end product is going to look like. All right. We have squared it off. My goodness. Flimity flam. It's not the middle anymore. That is still the middle, and I want to keep it. I need it out of the way. Yeah, we're not going to do a whole cobble. We're going to go right into the sandstone then. All right. So, see what we've got for sandstone. I think the smooth sandstone may be what I use for the basic floor. No! Chocolate milk. Emergency. I've run out of the chocolate milk and need to add more. Chocolate milk is the best fuel for building. Yes. What's up, Dargath? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the basic cobblestone floor. I want it to be relatively smooth. Like me, smooth. I can't back that. As long as it is, yes, it is. All right. I have to fill this whole square. So building a maze slash, what are we going to call this? A pyramid. It's going to be a challenge. And a lot of it I'm sure I'll work on outside of the stream. I'm only going to stream these Let's Builds once in a while to kind of give people an idea of what I'm working on. And then I'll go back to, like, you know, regular stuff. Need to go here. The big thing I'm trying to decide right now is, do I want this to be combat made? So by that, what I mean is, do I want to add monsters? I can put spawners throughout the thing. Do I want to have PvP? Do I want to have a mixture of both? Or do I want to make up a more friendly race, first one to get there? I worry about the PvP thing because some people, again, sadly, are turds. And there are people who, instead of trying to win, might just go around killing everybody else. And that's irritating. So, primarily it's going to be a race. Doesn't mean I can't do it multiple different ways, but primarily meant to be a race. So, not sure. Monsters, at least give them something to fight while they're in there, but at the same time, they die, they have to go all the way back out, which could be frustrating. Which at the same time, I'm okay with. Just saying. Live your life, right? Whoop. Excellent. Got the outer frame. Now I'm the type of person I like to corner. I just go around until it's smaller, smaller, smaller. So we're going to kind of work on that. Once I get it smaller, then I'm going to start building the first level of the maze. Because I can do all of that and then determine how I'm going to space above it. In either case, the bottom layer of the maze is going to look the same. It just depends, am I going to put glass above it so I can see, or am I just going to be putting solid objects, try to go into spectator mode, and see how it looks me flying around. I'm not sure. We may test that after I get the first layer done, just to see how it looks. Because if I don't have to do it where it's glass, I'm afraid that won't look as attractive. Each level different? Possible. I can have a PvP level. Make the top level monster heavy, so when you get up to the top, you have to fight your way through to the end. That'd be cool. This will be large. Like me. So after I took the kitty to the vet, I came back home. Oh no, I came home and then I left again. Because I went and got a hair trim and a beard trim today. Cleaned it up a little bit. That was okay. And I bought stuff for my beard, like this stuff I'm supposed to put in it. I've never ever bought any type of thing to put in a beard before. The lady who was cutting my hair, husband with a very large beard, she was very well versed in the different. She made some very nice recommendations, and I bought Con Man hair and beard pudding. And it's a pudding. Like, you scoop your fingers in there. It's like you just dipped your fingers in a thing of chocolate pudding, except it's neon green. Not sure exactly what kind of pudding neon green would be. No, not you. I have it. Smells pretty good, though. She said her husband's favorite thing is that when he does have to go somewhere that he has to wear a mask, all he can smell is the beard cream. Which I'm like, hey, not bad. All right. Yeah, it smells great in his mouth. No coffee breath, no nothing. I'm like, wow. Good coffee, but still. Can be an issue with the slime chunks. Slimes can spawn on any light level. That's true. That's true. We'll, I'm not as worried about that, mostly because the maze is going to be relatively thin. There won't be a lot of places where a slime can actually spawn. But they could definitely spawn on the level above. So I'm not sure if they count I think they may count with dread lamps. I'm not sure. We'll have to test that. We'll get some lighting in here, and we'll get some dread lamps and see if that fixes that issue for them as well. The dread lamps have been great so far for the animals. I'm not sure. Slimes technically will attack you, but at the same time, they can attack. They appear all the time, so I'm not sure if they're considered passive. Hello, Noel. Good day. Building some stuff. And some things. Favorite stuff and things to build. Yep, slime. Not you guys. I was talking to that slime. Not the overall fastest process, I know. But still got to be done. Whoop! I fall down. Even fall down. I'll light it all up when I'm done. Another reason why I wanted to leave some space underneath. Whoop! Wah! My flight. Ah, damn spider. I did make a point of, you turd, spider. Spiders keep pushing me off the wall. I did make a point of, wow. Man. Look at all these spiders just knocking me off the wall, man. Hey, did it again. While I was out today, I stopped by the store and I did refill the Jaeger supply. So that's back up and running again. Now, some of you were worried. Don't worry, I fixed it. Is it right here? Oh, probably that one lamp I put way up there? No, it can't be that. Wow, that flare lantern goes further than I thought. Because some of the Let's Plays, I want them to fight. I don't want it to be peaceful. There are going to be combat-based Let's Plays in the future. So I definitely want mobs to spawn and such of that nature. Good mob farm is correct. Wow. That's right. So once I light it up, all that'll be done with. Quick. That'll also help. I'm thinking that since this update, there are new heads. I think I've seen, like that dude. Palmer. I've seen Palmer before, but I saw a couple earlier. Look at that guy. Look at that face. Ant rat. I do not remember ever seeing anyone who looks like that. I think there may be some new ones in the Witherhead, in the head crumbs, which would be awesome, because I'm all about more heads for my collection. Papa say hi. I will do so. Buffy needs extra pets today. She had a very scary morning. She does not like the kitty carrier. I have a little cat bed that I put in it. That helps a lot. She can cuddle up in it. She feels better by far. All the cats do. And when we get there, they don't ever want to come out of the cat care, right? They don't want to stay in it until they get there. So I can just reach in and slide the little kitty bed out, and she slides right out with it. Very convenient. Let's see. Yes. Like I'm thinking that I could have, I mean, just things that I've thought of in the past. Having a like a huge area like this where mobs will spawn all the time, and then sending people in, right? And giving them swords with beheading on it. And then give like a 20 or 30 minute thing, and who can bring me the most individual monster heads. So all the different crumbs would work, zombie, any of the monsters that pop up in there. I could fill it up with different spawners too, so there's a selection of different standard mobs. But that might be kind of a fun thing to do. Just go in there, you got 20 minutes, who can bring me the most heads? I could have a wall where they could stick them up on, so at the end of it we can take a look at it. Like, okay, cool, this is the wall of heads. Everybody show me your wall. The good thing about a lot of these is they're reusable. So, I mean, down the road, I could do them again, but with variations or with new people who didn't get to do them. Or sometimes I want to delete all the netherrack and do a mob farm in the nether. Okay. Sure. What am I building? I'm going to be building a giant pyramid that's also a multi-level maze inside. This is the first Let's Play I'm building on my Let's Play server. This is not on the Sky Factory 4 world that I've been playing on recently. I'm still going to be going back to that. This is only going to be This is only going to be something I do occasionally. I'll still work on it off camera a lot, but occasionally I'll pop in and show you guys progress or where we're at and things. Help me come up with ideas and such. What's up, Terry? Try to get some things. So this is taking a minute because this is going to be a huge Let's Play. No, this is only I have access to this. Currently, my goal is to bring members and community members in and actually film Let's Plays of them playing through the challenges. So once I have several built, I'll probably try to schedule a day where I can get enough people who are interested. And then, schedule a time where everybody comes on, logs on, and then I film everybody. We might do several different Let's Plays in one day, give me plenty of time to edit them and release them as several different. It will eventually, what I'll do is I will temporarily whitelist the people I want that I'm inviting. And then at the end of that, I can remove them. So that way, no one has access to it until I'm ready. Because sometimes I may be building stuff that I don't want you to know what it is ahead of time, because that might give away or give you an edge over other people. So. Oh no, you're fine. No, this is specifically a server that I'm funding for Let's Plays, specifically for this purpose. So it's going to be a world of Let's Plays. Hello, Heather. I'm doing homework. Excellent. You are sure to get an A. Inspiration that is Draven's voice. I can't back that up. Is this what the second member? No, the second member server right now is Pixelmon. This is a third one that's just that I have myself. I just recently went ahead and got this one myself. So the 2 member servers are still already there. This is a third server. That's, again, going to be invite only on occasion for special event. And again, I know this is taking a while for you guys. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is the walls themselves will just be 2 or 3 high. I don't want to have maybe 4. I don't want to have too much space in there. I normally only do my mazes 1 wide. So I may differ that depending on the level. One level may be, whoops. My God, I am having a hard time doing things. First flu shot is kicking your butt. Yeah, I understand that, man. I was really lucky. The first one gave me a sore arm for 3 or 4 days. But that was it. I didn't have any other issues out of the first one. But the second one slapped me around for a little while. Ah, slime. Spoke so it must be true. Excellent. Blind loyalty. My favorite. Chocolate milk refuel. So I went to my grocery store, Kroger, to buy some bendy straws. And they were out. So I went to Walmart to buy some bendy straws. And they were out. I do not know why everyone is stealing all the bendy straws, but calm down. Know that there's a pandemic. Stop stealing all the bendy straws.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
See, look, there's another one. That is a mob I've never seen before. Tree chain. Fired zones. There are new mobs, or new head mobs in here that I've never seen before. Who's that? It's evaded. I know that one. That one's already there. I'm just excited that they've added more. I think that's awesome.
Wow. Wow.
Out of the way, spider. Slowing down the progress. Can't have that.
Wow. Wow.
I know, wow. I am very impressive. Even the monsters are finding me very impressive. You can hear it.
Wow. Wow.
Fix that later.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Not even nighttime.
Wow. Wow.
I'm almost positive that they've
Wow.
increased how often things rain. It sure rains in the last few worlds I've been in, way more than it used to.
Wow.
Whole arm itch. I didn't have an itching problem. Going to the tune of Meow Mix jingle. Excited. I'm excited to get in here and find. I was trying to build Let's Plays previously on Factory 4 servers we had. And then either the world wouldn't be stable enough to get everybody on to play them, or something would happen and we'd switch server hosts, or people would get tired of it, we'd switch worlds, games. And every time I built a bunch of them, I always lost them before we had a chance to do anything with them. So I was like, well, what if I get my own little server that I don't have to worry about anything else? I don't have to put anywhere near as much RAM in it, because 90% of the time it's just me. So I think that's going to work out in the long run. I'm going to go lay down. All right, Terry, understandable, man. Get you some rest, bud. Require me to stream Sky Factory 4 because I was rewatching your tutorial. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Inspiring. Let me add that to my resume. I'll add it right after delicious. I think that's the perfect place for that. Yes, the hydrated thing. That matters. Very much so. I drink lots of aqua. I today decided to treat myself to a little bit of Burger King. And I had 2 original chicken sandwiches, add cheese, because they were buy one, get one $1. And I'm like, who could turn that down? What a bargain. Will do, Terry. Appreciate you coming by, man. Hope you get to feeling better. Enjoy your vacation. Party hard. Well, you know, as much as you can not feeling well. Zelda, why are you still here? Promise we are making progress. We're going to try to get started on this earlier today, but we're a little bit busier at the other job than I thought we'd be. Get to do as much as I wanted to. Oops. The campground we're at this summer has a kitchen. Food at my mom's place today. We're buying pizza and having it delivered to our site. Nice. You guys like camp out for the whole summer? I know folks that do that. Camp out for like a whole month kind of thing. My one side of my family would do that for a month every summer. So everybody would get a campground. They pick a campground. They get a whole bunch of spots all around each other. So just like a little community of family. And it was weird because they were like technically family, but I really wasn't blood related to almost any of them. Weird. Like a through marriage kind of thing, but my mom was always really close with that group of people. We went, and I always had a good time.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Sucks to be you, skeletons. Let's see, mom and dad's technically work at the campground. Oh, nice. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Snowbirds, technically. Is that the same campground? Like, do you do the same campground every year, or is it a different one? Sounds like you mentioned this one has a kitchen. It makes it sound like it was a different one than previously. Could be wrong. How good is your internet connection there? I would think nowadays, even a campground's got a pretty good internet, right? Some form of Wi-Fi. Which I understand kind of goes against the whole purpose of camping, probably. But, I mean, you know, for realism purposes, somebody may want to go camp for a month, but still have to work remotely, you know? Work a few hours a day remotely and then get to camping the rest of the time. Louisiana one has been the same every year. Last 2 years we're in Illinois. This year in Michigan. Oh, way up north. That cobblestone line is getting up. Keep tripping on it every time I come through. Need it as a center space. Need it, but it bugs me. Dug my own grave. Thank goodness the building had. See, on this side, I've got a lot of extra blocks more than I do on the other side. I wonder why it's this side I keep messing up. $500 5G hotspot. All right, that doesn't sound too shabby. Pricey. Shabby. One thing I like about doing it this way, for the record, the same way I cut the grass, where it's getting smaller. But it'll seem like you're not making much progress. And then all of a sudden you get really close and bam, it's like half it disappears in an instant. I gotta go kill that link. Why is he surviving? Hospital won't go there. So you guys like tent out old school, or you guys like a camper, or you guys actually have like a house or cabin there? Working there, I would think that potentially it'd actually give you a place to stay. Turtle, what up, Turtle, my man? Good day, sir. In a moment, there's a bunch of people who popped on that weren't here at the beginning of the stream. I'll give a brief tour of what I've already done. Build a giant pyramid, Turtle. Getting started, sir. This is going to be the base. Ah, fifth wheel. Very nice. Friend of mine, her and her husband, for the first several years they were married, lived out of a fifth wheel up in Canada, and they would kind of cross the country. They were both EMTs. So they would travel to different areas of the country where EMTs were needed in different seasons. And they recently had a son this past year, so they got a place after that. But they had a really cool little like series on YouTube called A Little R&R, and it's all about their trips and things they learned about living in a fifth wheel and things like that. And yeah, it was fun to watch. That's actually where I started streaming. I started the YouTube channel from. She had a YouTube channel making those videos, and I was supporting her, and I was enjoying watching them. And she had another little channel where she did some Minecraft stuff as well. I was like, man, maybe I should do some videos or something in Minecraft. So she told me what programs they got started with, and I started making videos and such. It's actually her channel that inspired the whole thing. That and the years of watching Rooster Teeth. Building gadget can do stairs. I believe so, although I won't be really doing it that way. So here's what I'm thinking. I want the outsides to look more like an actual Egyptian pyramid. So I'm going to build it to look like 2 or 3 high. So it's like using big blocks instead of just little tiny stairs. I think the little stairs might be just a little I knew it. I had my fingers in the right position for the last 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have it go up 2 and then over, then up 2, then over 2, and up 2 and over 2, just so it the bricks. So I want to give the illusion that the bricks are bigger than they are. Up. You look those up. Yeah, she's actually. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have, I think, on one of the pages where it says other recommended channels, she's one of the channels I've got listed. Is a little R&R. They have Instagram and all that stuff. Then they have another channel where her name is, I'm going to say this wrong and I'm going to be mad at myself. She hasn't put any up on this channel while. She used to do Tupperware videos and Minecraft videos and all sorts of stuff. But I've known her since she was like 15. I met her on Gaia Online and we became friends on a photography guild that I ran. Said she's up in Canada. We've never met. She lived up in Nova Scotia. But yeah, if you go to my channel page, down at the very bottom, a little RV R&R, that's her channel. Yeah, there. She got rid of the other one. Well, I did it again. I knew I was going to hit the wrong buttons. Nope. Hitting the wrong buttons. Listen. Left. Go back. There. Itchy nose. A mustache anyway. The building it also service mode. I'm kind of winging it at this point. So Turtle, here's the problem I've run into. Originally, I was going to have, you know, a big maze on top of a big maze, on top of a bigger maze, on top of a bigger maze, and then just build the pyramid around it. But I realized if I do that, I can't film a Let's Play that way because I can't see what anybody's doing inside. And if I go in spectator mode, going through, it's going to kind of remove a lot of the different walls and the stuff. I'm not sure I like that. So what I'm thinking of doing is building a maze and then having a space between floors and having like a glass ceiling on the top of each level. So I can fly over top looking down, filming each level. I decided that instead of ladders or something like that, or even stairs, I may use stairs in situations, but I could do little spirally stairs you have to get up to, which goes through that glass section to the next floor. Or I could use elevator blocks. So you just pop up to the next floor, so you skip over my area. Just trying to think of some... Swear, it rains every single day now. Every single day. So that would at least give me a place to fly in between. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, no, you know I don't like doing commands. I like building it. I know it takes a little longer, but I like building it. You know what? Let me show you what else I did, Turtle. We'll definitely build portals and stuff to this later. Spawn. Remember we were working on this last time, Turtle? Again, I'm still not. I'm going to add more decorations and stuff out here, the grassed area, probably some flowers and stuff. Not sure if I'm going to stick with the green bushes or not. Those are the only thing that are iffy for me right now. What I'm really proud of is the ceiling. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I got it right on the first try, like I knew exactly what I wanted, and it worked out real well. Oh, you weren't here last time. Okay, so this will be the starter building for the world. This is kind of like the welcome center, if you will. But yeah, I was really happy with it. I was able to use glass in a way that you can still see the side of all the white blocks, so it really gives a good 3D. Yeah, then I've got this here for the rest of it. Yeah, kind of like a main hub. So some of the Let's Plays, you know, they may be directly next door where I can do, but even still, you have to get over there. So I figured the main hub is where I can put like a portal or something that'll take us to that Let's Play. And I can just change the portal, each one, to, maybe I thought I had a bloody nose, no? Each time I can change the portal to be where the next Let's Play is. So, or I could start building portals around the walls to different Let's Plays and label them, you know. Different ways of doing it. But yeah, I was really, really happy with the way the roof turned out. So I used these castle rune bricks. And I love those because when you put them down, you never know which rune you're going to get. It randomizes them automatically. And then I put glass in between them. And then above them all, I put liquid starlight. So you're looking through that layer to see the starlight, which lets it be 3D. You actually can see through the glass to the sides of it. So anyways, that's the main hub. It's pretty much the same on all sides, except the spawn point was on the other side. So. Ooh, made it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking this space in between the levels will be the best route to go. So what I'm planning is I'm going to build the maze. Like, I'm not going to build it at the edge. Like, I'll start the maze, like, right about here, so I can build the castle around the maze. And I can have an entrance you walk through. Like, I'll definitely build a little area on the front of this as well, where you'll originally start. So a couple different things I thought of. I may have a couple different portals, and everybody has to take a different one, so they end up on a different side of the pyramid. Comes in different ways. And thank you, Gamer Knight. I appreciate that. I spent some time on that the last couple of days, making it look pretty. Trying to, anyway. Making a maze is time-consuming. It really, really is. So, even the smaller ones I've made beyond this, before this, they're not fast. To be a good maze, it's not fast. I like Teresa's idea of doing it slightly different on every level, so there's also objectives. Like the first level, which is the biggest one, could literally just be find your way out. I mean, it's the biggest one. It's going to be the one that takes the longest. So, you know, that one I probably wouldn't throw a lot of other challenges other than just find your way to the next floor. And then the next floor I could have, now you got to fight your way through monsters. Then the third floor could be, now you have to fight your way through each other. Or if you come across each other, you can kill each other. Something like that. And there's going to be more than, at least let me rephrase. What I might do on the first level is have the way up in the middle. But then on the second level, there'll be multiple more along the edges. So you come up in the middle, now you got to find one of the ones out there somewhere. I was trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do it. Gamer, I just want to say your Sky Factory 4 tutorials helped me a lot. Oh, excellent. Well, I'm glad that they did. And thank you for coming by and sharing that. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching. And of course, I must say thank you all for watching. Again, I appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me for another Sky Factory 4 stream. If you're having a good time, please remember to click like. Most importantly, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you can hang out with us all the time. Now, as a reminder, tomorrow is Tuesday. That itself is not the reminder. Hopefully you knew that. But as it is a Tuesday, I do not have any streams on Tuesday. So there'll be no streams at all tomorrow. I should have one, potentially two tutorials coming out tomorrow. And then Wednesday is going to be the extra long birthday stream. So what I think I'm going to do for that is I'm going to stream for 6 hours, take an hour off, stream for 6 hours. Chance to get up, walk around, hit the restroom, check on the cats and the wife and all that kind of business. So I'm thinking of going 12 noon, my time, to 1 a.m. That's 2 6 hours with an hour in between. And again, breaking it up into segments of doing different things also.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Hey, okay, need to go to bed. 4:30 comes fast. 4:30?
Wow.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Heather. And have yourself an excellent sleep. Rest well. Dream of good Wi-Fi. Everybody dies. That's how I always start every D&D session. Usually one of two things. I'm like, now where do we leave off? Didn't I kill everybody? And they'll be like, no. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I killed most everybody. No, you didn't kill everybody. I killed half of everybody? No, you didn't kill anybody. You sure? I seem like the kind of person that would kill somebody. But start that way every way for over a decade. Even with my new group, I do the same thing. 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Ooch. That's some early streams. Are you Eastern Standard Time as well? Oh, you're in Michigan, so I guess so, yeah. I was like, I know me pretty well. I'm pretty sure I would have killed at least one of you. Didn't kill anybody. Did I maim anybody? Did anybody lose an arm? Somebody lost something, right? I'm going to check my notes. I know this is probably not the most exciting thing to watch. For that, I apologize. But I'm glad some of you are sticking out with me. It'll get more fun later. I promise. Already looking ahead to some other Let's Play ideas. Like I said, the Heads one is one I was thinking of, especially when I saw new people I'd never seen before. I'm thinking about that. Is there a way to disable rain? Not on default that I know of. Sky Factory 3 had a way, and if you're playing with Project E, there's an amulet that will get rid of rain. But that's the only thing I know of in Sky Factory 4 that will get rid of it long term. Sadly. Now, I'll be honest with you, what I normally do is I go all the way up to ceiling height and I just build a big glass square. So rain never comes down and hits anything. But on an entire Let's Play world, I'm not sure I could do that. That'd be a lot of glass. You want to play the pyramid? That's legit. That's legit. Well, I promise, watching this won't help. This is going to be a pretty intense maze. I don't know if you guys ever saw, like, the maze that I made in the last full Sky Factory 4 run that we did. Was a soft version of what I'm going to do here. Oh, Lex says you can change the rule. Okay. That might be getting into, like, the programming and stuff, and that's something I stay out of, so very likely he would know more than I in that. Do not mess with any of that stuff. I know me, I'll break it. I break everything. When I was younger and I was first getting cars, I say that in that way because I went through several very, very quickly. My friends got to the point where called me the jinx, and they didn't want me in their cars because every time I'd ride in someone's car, it would break down. Like, it's not my fault that it break down. They're like, you were in the car, so somehow your fault. Always happens when you're around. My first car was an 81 Honda Civic hatchback. White. I named it the Honey Wagon. Because you should name all of your cars. Yes, the Honey Wagon was my first vehicle. Pretty handy, too, having a little hatchback. The only hatchback I ever had was that car, to be honest with you. It was convenient. But it had a huge Awooga horn strapped to the engine with a big silver button on the steering column. And press it, went, Eega! But it was so...
Wow.
The horn was so big and so loud that if I honked the horn with the car not running, the battery would go dead.
Wow.
And if I honked the horn at night with the car running, the headlights would dim off. It was just taking all the juice.
Wow.
Anyway, stop the clogging of the autocrafter and the packager. I have a way of doing it. It's an automated thing. I'll show you mine. Give me 1 second here. I've been keeping a tab up now with my videos and such. Shareable link. So that way when people ask questions, I can throw the link it and toss it up there for you. That's how I use it. It's using a simple storage system. It automates what processing cables will guarantee only pull out the amount of stuff you need for the recipe that you're making. It takes a little work to get it set up, but once it's set up, it's super fast and you never got to mess with it again. Almost build limit. Well, we're going 200. I don't want it all the way to build limit because I didn't go all the way to the floor either. Just on the off chance I want to be able to climb and move around on top of it. Plus, I'm thinking of making the very top center a beacon. And if I do, I want there to be some space for the light to go up. The sun, it burned. Yes, the Honey Wagon was a very, very snazzy ride. I loved it. So I had the car for about...
Wow.
Oh, God, I don't remember. I want to say I had it 4 or 5 months. Until one day I was driving along and it had been raining really hard. And I had hit this huge puddle. And out of the corner of my eye, all I saw out of it was a loud noise and then a grindy noise. What happened is I'd hit a puddle so hard, the water pressure had literally blown a hole in the bottom of the floor on the passenger side and bent the metal up and then pulled it back down, and it was grinding and causing sparks along the ground. So I had to snap that off, and for the next 6 to 8 months, I just didn't have a floor on the passenger side. Which is great when you're done with your French fries, but not good when it's raining. Is there any way to automate pink slime? Yes, you can get pink slime out of the loot fabricator from Deep Mob Learning. So if you get the, I believe it's just the slime model. It's the slime model or the blue slime model. If you get that maxed up, then you can automate a loot fabricator with a simulation chamber, and it'll just keep making you pink slime. Oddly enough, automating that process is the tutorial I'll be releasing tomorrow. How to automate a simulation chamber farm, or loot fabricator farm, really. I can't decide which name I want to give it. It's going to be technically automating both. I've got it built. I finished building it all today. I just have to film it. That's one of those things I can build while I'm doing the other job. But, of course, I can't record anything because I'm talking on a telephone. So, yes, tomorrow that will be the one that's coming out for sure. And potentially just another little small one as well. I'm trying to figure out how many entrances I want to have to this. If I put 2 on each side, then 8 people could play. You know what I mean? I think that I'm going to have to do a somewhat limit. You know what I mean? Of how many. I can't do like 100 at once. Number one, this isn't that big of a server. I can't have that many people at a time. The goal is to have some people come in and play it. And then the next time I do Let's Plays, maybe have some different people, you know. I'll be honest, I will start with people that are that are members first. They will definitely get first chance to be in stuff like that. But if we don't have enough members who can make it, then I'll reach out to some other members of the community who are, you know, positive people who are here a lot, you know, participate and stuff. People I'm going to trust on film, if you will. And that's one reason why I won't stream those. Probably won't stream those. These type of Let's Plays will be more where I can film them and then release them. I can edit them and make them more of an actual Let's Play. So I've had a lot of requests for that. A lot of people want to see more edited content on the channel. So that's what this is supposed to be. Give me an opportunity to start giving more of that type of content as well. Because if I could film us doing 4 or 5 Let's Plays one day, and I release one a week, that's you know, gives me a month worth of stuff to build more Let's Plays for the next month to do it again, you know. Is the thought. I'd love to be able to get ahead on some of that stuff too. So. Oops. Some good Supremium armor. Premium's the way to go. Yeah, I'm the same way as an android. Health and speed are the only 2 things I care about. Hey, Muttley. What's up, sir? Chilling like a villain over here. I am cool and the gang. That's an old roommate John's saying right there. That was his thing. He'd say, like, how you doing, John? I am cool and the gang. Well, lucky I don't. There's nothing really to kill me in Sky Factory 4 at this point. I guess if you're playing on a multiplayer server with PvP, that probably means. As it is, I think I'm sitting on 350% health and 300 or 350 on the regular world, and I could just stand there for. I could go AFK for 10 or 15 minutes, come back, leaving a mob of things beating on me. I'd be perfectly fine. At this point, it would take some type of game glitch to one-shot me. Which, you know. No. No one can kill me. Yeah. Well, that's just it. I mean, there's not a lot of Minecraft bosses, to be honest with you. You know? Most mod packs don't add boss-level challenges. I don't know which mod it is, but it's in RL Craft that adds a few different things of that nature, which is... But yeah, there's not a lot in the way of combat challenge in Sky Factory 4. I guess early on, when you're first trying to get your first withers and glitch armor and stuff, you know, you're trying to fight your way up through that, get yourself wither skeletons, but once you've got yourself a set of supremium armor, you're pretty much invincible. About to have a visit from the sun. Nice, toasty, warm sun. So yeah, I was saying a minute ago, I'm thinking about having 2 entrances on each side. Will give me 8 entrances in. I think an 8-person maze is a good size. Because again, I get too many in there, it's going to be hard for me to, you know, film everybody. As it is, I'm going to be flying around, checking out different people and watching what they're doing and such. While doing probably a play-by-play kind of thing. Whoop. Oop, missed it. That is still alive. If that link is still alive when we get done here, I'm going. Thing has been around since I started this. Just got done building your laser drill setup. Nice. That is a lot of good stuff. Yeah, coming up with a way to automate that 100% where I never had to touch it again was probably one of my favorite automations, just because it's so useful. And I would have never even messed with it, really, except the last time we did this, everybody said the challenge the community gave me was no mystical agriculture. So I had to find an alternative way to get large amounts of different materials for singularities and such. At least early on, until I had a lot of EMC. Light at the end of the tunnel. I can see. Ooh, I can see both walls. All right, chalky milk break. Ah, there we go. So, you know, I'm trying to think. There's something else cool that happened today, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I got an interesting phone call, and I can't tell you anything about it. It's nothing big that's going to affect the channel or anything in any way, but it is the opportunity popped up because of the channel. And again, it's not a big deal or anything, but I was advised I will have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and I've never had to do that before. So I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't know what it is I'm not allowed to talk about yet. So, but it was still kind of cool, just to Again, it's a minor thing. I'm sure I'm probably one of thousands doing it. It's not like any I was specifically chosen kind of thing, but it was still kind of cool to be invited to participate. So I was like, all right, that's cool. For me, it's more of a get a foot in the door kind of thing. You know what I mean? Hey, want to do more things with Draven? How else can we help each other? I know a lot of times I follow a lot of different Dungeons and Dragons channels and creators on Twitter and such. Sometimes people pop up looking for experienced DMs to interview. I always jump on there. I'm like, man, I'm happy to do it. I've never had anyone reach out to me, but I'm like, man, I'd love to talk about D&D with somebody. Even if I don't make it into your video, man, you want to interview me? That'd be awesome. I'd love to be asked about D&D. Again, I had a family member talking to yesterday. Like, so with your channel, how do you know you've made it? How do you know you've achieved what you're looking for? And I was like, well, there's a large scale answer and there's a small scale answer to that. The large scale answer is if I can do this and not have to have another job. That's it. I'm not someone who's trying to be a PewDiePie and be rich and stuff, never expecting any of that. If I could do just enough that I could do this and hang out with you guys every day without having to have my soul sucked out at the other job, that would be a win. That's an end goal to me. Just to be able to do it. I mean, if I can get bigger, sure, but to do this full time without another job would be the big one. But on a small scale level, for flattering purposes, would to be somehow involved in somebody else's like large scale package. Like for example, if a Sky Factory 5 came out and the Headcrumbs mod's in there and I'm one of the head mobs, that'd be awesome. Be like, oh yeah, this is a Minecraft dude, let's add him in there. Like that's like, okay, somebody I'm considered slightly cool by the other Minecraft people. But nah, I've already made it in my eyes in the long run. I get to do this as still my primary job, and I get to hang out with you guys. Party hard. Even though it means I have to go through the torture that is Jaeger on a regular occasion. Small price to pay, I say. Sky Factory is not out. No. I'm saying if a Sky Factory 5 came out and I was included into it. Molly says, I've been working on a prestige run. Run through 4 or 5 times now. Never complete all of them. Gotcha. For me, the hardest one in the entire game is that one right there. Nuclear craft fusion reactor that produces at least 3 billion is horrendously. So, yeah, that's the... Because you can't use any of the base level fuels. You've got to get into the real advanced stuff to get it up there. Got to get into the really challenging coolants. That's the, in my opinion, the hardest one there. Welcome back, Samuel. Yeah, 5's not out. Dercosto, last I heard, is redoing Sky Factory 1. Making it modern and going to release it. I'm good with that. I never got to play 1, 2, or 2.5, so if wants to put out a re-released modern version of 1, I will climb all over that. And if he does, then I'm assuming 2 would come after that, 2.5 after that, so on. Don't know if he'd redo 3 or 4 with them being as recent and popular as they were. At that point, he might jump into a 5, I'm not sure. Still, any new old one they put out, I will play it. I never got to play anything before 3. We are getting very close, my friends, I promise. Whoops, extra block. Or I'm down to have to run around and fly around and break all those little blocks. Not blocks. Blocks. Let's see, what else? So yeah, when the time, I'm not. I would be shocked if I filmed anything in these Let's Plays before mid-June, because I want to have several built so I can film several in a day. So when people are coming in to do some, they get to do multiple different challenges, and I get to film multiple different things. Get them all done at once. So I've got a lot of material. I can sit back, take my time editing them. Maybe do a little bit more special effects and things than I normally do. Brian says, hey, how's it going? Just curious, doesn't this have like a world edit type setting to set the sentiment? Probably. I never mess with that kind of stuff, Brian, to be honest with you. There were a couple times I tried messing with commands and things of that nature. I'm not going to lie. I royally screwed up an entire world that way. Every time I tried to mess with that type of, it's just, I'm not good at it. So every time I step in and start messing with it, I break the world and then I lose everything I already had. One, I could never get back in again. And that wasn't even using my own. That was somebody way more experienced with it. Said, here, try this code. And I did it and it just broke everything. So last time I did that, I lost about 3 months worth of work. So it's kind of made me a little nervous about messing with that stuff. All the mods fixed. I want to say yes, and I don't think I liked it. Unless it's new. And then I did all of mods 5 and I didn't like it. I think I tried one of them and I wasn't a fan. Whatever the more recent one was as of 2 months ago. World Edit plugin. Nope. Don't mess with anything like that either. Actually, don't, whenever I play anything Sky Factory, even something like this in creative, I don't ever add anything extra to it. And the reason for that is that so many people come by the streams as ways to figure out how to do stuff themselves or ask questions on how to do something in their game. I don't want to have a lot of different plugins, mods, and changes that they wouldn't have. I want to make sure I've got the same base vanilla version they do. So if they're coming back watching a stream later, they're not like, well, I can't find that one block he used. You know, why is it I can't find it? It's because it came from something different they didn't have. So I try to stay as vanilla to the original mod pack as possible. Just to, you know, keep that consistent experience for people who come by. Wow. One more. I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, goodness. Better FPS? On my old computer, I used that. For sure. I just don't. I don't. This computer runs everything okay. I haven't come across a pack I can't play yet, so. Let's see. What's a good mod pack to play? Oh, wait a minute. Taking a wild guess that you are using Streamlabs. That is correct. Streamlabs OBS. I have standard OBS, and I actually use standard OBS for filming, just because I have a lot of stuff set up for that already when I'm filming tutorials. But I use Streamlabs OBS for streaming. And then, what's a good mod pack to play? Sky Factory 4. And then after that, Sky Factory 3. And after that, if you don't want to do Sky Factory 4 again, Stone Block 2. Then Galacticraft. Those would be the order that I would put my favorite mod pack. I'm going to build the maze in stream. I'll probably get started on it, yeah. I mean, I definitely won't get it finished in stream. I thought I'd get started on here, give people a shot. I may do a pop back in later on. I'm not as worried about them seeing sections of the maze, because seeing the maze in its base form versus what it's going to look like when it's done is going to, once you're inside of it and you're only looking at this, even if you had a map of it, it's not going to help a whole lot. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I'll start it. But see here. Start creating a game. I'm creating a Let's Play. Yeah, in the channel that I'm going to put community in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is just a private. This is just a private server that I purchased, that I'm building some multiplayer Let's Plays on, that I will eventually invite folks in to play, be filmed, and release as videos. So once in a while, I thought it'd be cool to pop in and stream working on one. People get an idea of what it is I'm doing. I need to find out whether or not the lamps I was using, which I've already forgotten their name of, works on slimes. By all means, Cameron, please, yes. If you have questions, definitely. If it's something I can answer, I don't care to pull up the machines and build it here and help out if I can. By all means, yes. Anytime I'm playing Minecraft, feel free to throw, even if it's not Sky Factory, throw a question at me. I'm happy to help if I can. Nothing else, I might be able to shoot you a link to a tutorial that helps you if I don't know the answer off the top of my head. Oh, I appreciate it. I like to freehand my mazes. So basically, I'm going to build the maze 1 block high. That's how I build mine. I build it 1 block high, build the maze, and then I go back and make the walls higher. But just making it 1 block high. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll put specific rooms or places on the map, 1 block high, and then build away from them to try to get back to the entrance, kind of reverse engineer it. Just depends on what all I'm going to have in the maze. This will be the 6th one I think I built. I enjoy building. Again, I like the boring stuff. I mean, I understand sitting here watching this is probably boring as hell to people, and I apologize for that. Me, I live for this stuff. Just to sit in here and like building maze walls, like working on the ceiling of that building up, that floating in the distance there. I worked on that for like 2 hours today. Granted, I was doing my other job and talking to people at the same time, but for me, it's just that mind running it on autopilot while I'm talking about somebody's bill, explaining why, yes, in fact, they do owe the money that they owe. Let's see. You have a normal Sky Factory 4 server? We do. So we have a membership program here on the channel. Anybody you see with the green or blue font is one of our members. It's like a Twitch sub, except cheaper. It's $2.99 a month. Click the join button on my channel. You see everything that comes with it. One of the things that comes with it is access to our members-only servers, of which we have 2. One is Sky Factory 4, and one is Pixelmon. And then this is a 3rd server that only I have access to for this purpose, for building games to invite people in. All right, here's Cameron's question. Let's see. So I followed your solar panel tutorial. It worked for a while. My ME system I'm using more than it's producing. Well, ME system, you say. All right, so I don't ever use solar. I did a tutorial because people asked for it. I don't normally recommend using solar. Solar, I think, doesn't produce power for the amount of effort and cost of stuff you have to put into it. What I use is, well, I'll just build one real quick. All right, so here's what I recommend. Primary power source I use is an upgradable geothermal. Geothermal, I think, is probably the best for its price. Follow me on that. So we're going to do a cobblestone generator. If you can, do tier 5. If you don't have tier 5, that's fine. You just want to try. Then you want to use an automated user. You're going to need a cauldron. You're going to need a torch. You're going to need a fluid extraction cable. And you're going to need some cobblestone. So you start by putting down cobblestone generator, automated user, stick a cauldron in front of it. Upgradable geothermal on top. Okay? Torch underneath your cauldron. This is going to put cobblestone in the user. The user is going to put cobblestone in the barrel. That makes lava. Lava then, use your extraction cable, is going to flow into the geothermal, which creates power. That power will run your user. So this is one circle that's going to consistently make power. Okay? Now, the reason I said have a stack of cobble, because this doesn't have power yet, and that doesn't have power to give it, you got to give it a kickstart. And stand back. You can hear it now. Lava's flowing in, and it's going. Let's clear those out. Next, you want to get speed modifiers. You want 4 stacks of 64. Oops, that didn't work. This is the key to making this work. 4 stacks of 64. Put those in there. That will drastically increase the amount of power that it's getting. Oops. It's loud, I know. I apologize. I will fix that in a moment. And all you have to do, stick an energy extraction cable on there, slap a wireless, crank that up, and then make a GPS and sync it to anything you want to power. A lot of times I like to make really large mineral batteries, run the powers to those, and then run all my machines off the battery. So the battery has a backup, so if anything happens, it's got backup power to run it from. So the best part about this is it makes a horrendous amount of power, and I never have to touch it again. That's it. It's already ready to go. And eventually, your base might get to the point that that does not provide enough power. Then you just make another one. You saw how quickly... Granted, I did it in creative, but there's really nothing here that's hard to make. The tier 5 would be a little bit harder if you don't have blaze rods yet. And then the only thing that's labor intensive are these modifiers, 'cause it just takes a lot of gold and a lot of gravel, sand, and crushed coal. So it's a little time to make that. But this will make a horrendous amount of power. Right now on my regular Sky Factory 4 world, I'm running everything in my entire base off of 2 of these. And if I get to the point 8, I'll just build a 3rd one. Because the further you get in the game, the easier it is to make this, right? You got a point where you can make this as quickly as I did, but in survival. So when you get your materials built up. So that makes a horrendous amount of power, and you never have to touch it again. It's just going to sit there, keep making all by itself. And that, whatever the... I can't remember what the block is for ME, but the one that the main power source, you can GPS to that block automatically, and it'll just send the power right to that block. You don't have to run any wires to it, any cables. It'll wirelessly send the power directly to that block. And if it starts using more power, another one, GPS to the exact same block. You can have several GPS to the same block. They'll both be sending power to it. So there are power methods in the game that produce more power than this. You build a maximum size fission reactor, will blow these out of the water. But to build that takes a horrendous amount of time and a horrendous amount of materials, and I've never needed the amount of power that could make. You know what I mean? The most I've ever had in one base is 5 of these, and 2 of them were there just in case. I was really running them off 3. Now that said, I build a lot of stuff in compact machines, and a lot of times in compact machines, I build one of these in there just to run whatever's inside, because they're not hard to make, they're self-sustaining, and I don't like to run power in and out of my compact machine. I want to know I can break my machine, move it with me to any other. I can take it to the hunting dimension, I can take it to the Twilight Forest, set it down, and it's still going to work. It's fully powered inside, everything's self-sustained. So if you ever watch any tutorial that I make, everything is self-sustaining. And I actually thought of a better way to do the polymer automation here a little bit later. But yeah, the fission reactor is good if you want to make a small medium one. That's not bad either. The fusion reactor is harsh sauce. I don't recommend messing with the nuclear craft fusion reactor, but there is a matter overdrive fusion reactor that is just plain broken. It just makes a horrendous amount of power, but you got to be careful. You make it too big, it'll start eating up your base. You build it a ways away. So there's that. But yeah, overall, that's what I use to power everything. Dang it. Anyways, no, not at all, man. I kid you not. Ask anybody is all. I love that kind of stuff.
Wow.
I love being able to help someone out.
Wow.
I don't have a tutorial that just shows how to do that because it's in so many other tutorials that I do. I think I may make that as a bonus tutorial tomorrow and just set that out because I get, that's a very common question. And I think I just need a more, hey, here's the best place to find it. For people who may, like you could have just saw me do that, and they're like, what did he use in there? It would be a place you could reference. So I may try to put one together tomorrow for that as well, just so folks have that as an option. But yeah, that's what I run on everything. And again, I mean, are there bigger and better ones? Sure, but you're going to spend a lot more time and a lot more resources building it. For my money, I will live on geothermals. I'll run 10 geothermals. Now, that said, if you do try to build the full-size nuclear craft reactor, the fusion reactor, there is an advancement for that. You're going to need a maximum-size fission reactor to have enough power to do that. You'd need hundreds of the geothermals to power what that thing needs to kick in. That wouldn't be of use to you. But for anything else in the game, it'll be fine. Whoops, made a bumble. Oh yeah, happy to help, man. Let's see, my favorite power method. Yeah, I may do that. Yeah, because I think that would. Well, I might. Whenever I try to come up with a title, I try to match the title to what somebody would actually be looking for. So I might entitle it Best Mid-Game Power System or Power Source. Because a lot of people say Best Power Source or Mid-Game Power Source. Luckily, I actually have some stuff that I use. There's an app called TubeBuddy. That there's a free version of I use, and it links with your YouTube channel. And it actually helps you with stuff like that. It'll give you an idea of when you're putting up your video. It'll be like, you may also want to consider these keywords. And it'll even rank your videos saying, okay, this is where this would show up in a ranking of your other videos based on the keywords you use. So it's definitely helpful that way. It's kind of give me a different way of thinking about how to title them. Cameron, I beat Sky Factory 2.5 a while ago, and it was way different. I believe you. Like I said, I've never played 2.5. I started with 3. Hate it at night. I want it bright all the time. But did carry me on first prestige point. Miss a lot about 2.5. Yeah, I wouldn't care to play it. I mean, if Darkosto's remastering everything, we may get that one too. Whoops. Would be cool. Would play it. Played a lot. Yes, no need to apologize for the question. Again, I live for stuff like that. All the streams that I do are A, of course, meant to be entertaining, but B, it gives me an opportunity to answer tutorial-like questions in real time, you know? There's been a couple times where someone's asked a really good question on a tutorial, and I'm like, it's going to take me a small novel to write this, but if you come by the stream tonight, I'll walk you through it. And they're like, okay. And they come back and I do that. You know, it just makes a lot easier. Some people are like, hey, I've watched your tutorial 4 times, but I still can't get it to work. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. All right, come by the stream tonight. We'll rebuild it together and figure out what's going on. What am I doing? You build it you build it while I'm building it, and we'll see at what point you're doing something different or what's not working. You know? So that would be groovy. All the sandstone. Yeah, I think I've decided for sure. I'm going to do 8 entrances, 2 on each side. So there'll be 8 players with me watching, because I think that's enough. I'm not, you know, that's not to say that I won't have Let's Plays that have drastically more people than that. I wouldn't mind having a huge last man standing PvP kind of thing eventually. But for the average tutorial, I think, for the average Let's Play, 6 to 8 people is probably what I'm going to be shooting for. Just because any more than that, I'm the only one recording. It'll be the, I don't want to miss what other people are doing. Game rule today's, okay, let me try that one, because that one I like. Game rule. I can't, is game rule, due day, cycle, light cycle, all one word, or is there a space between game rule and due day? It's because it's wrapped in chat, I can't tell. I think there's a space. I'm going to go with a space. Due day, light cycle, false. Okay, it is now false. Everything I do is now a lie. Is this your main job? Yes, this is my full-time job. In March, I stepped back from what my other job is and just went part-time there. I work at a call center for a national cell phone company. But I went part-time there and full-time here. Still have to be part-time there. A, I need the money. And B, it's where I still get benefits for my family. And my wife has some medical conditions. I have to make sure I have good medical coverage. The goal is to make this my only job, but I'm a little ways from being there. But this is my primary gig now. I spend more time working here than I did working there. And to be honest, I probably did even when I was doing it full time. There was one time where I played a custom mod pack made for myself. And I made a vibranium frying pan. Oh, ba-bum. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be nighttime when the world's up and running. Just not right now. Some things look cooler in the night. Jim, what up, sir? Gonna hang for a bit, sir. Let me show you what I built today. I want to show you my thing and my stuff. No, okay. I mean, I'm going to show you my thing. Calm down, Jim. All right. So right now I'm building a giant pyramid. As you can see, it's a work in progress. We'll get to that in a moment. Excellent. Excellent. Let me know. Remind me again later. I'll send you my size. Humor. I just started watching you yesterday, and I find you really interesting. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm drawing a blank. I don't think I did that right. I did. Okay. All right, Jim, let me show you what I built. Are you impressed? Just kidding. That's not it. This is it. So I was building. I appreciate that, Darth J. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you as a member of the community. So I built this. This is the central hub, the starting point for the Let's Play server. I understand, sir. We won't tell Smashley. So this is my building. I built this a little bit before, and then I built this again. I finished it today, put the ceiling on it, finished the wraparound world, and finished inside. I'll tell you, the roof is nice, and I like that. My favorite thing I've built in a long time is I love the way the ceiling on this turned out. I worked on this for about 2.5 hours today, putting the ceiling together, and I think it's one of my favorite visual effects I've ever put together. Making it so that the blocks are 3D and you can see the sides of them while you still have the fluid. So, yeah, I was very, very happy with how this turned out. I really like these castle bricks. And I knew I wanted to incorporate them somehow. And I started putting them around the ceiling. And I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do it. And then I remembered I'd done something before where I had just rows in the ceiling of regular brick with glass with the white behind it. So I decided to go in there. And this is how I'm going to build the maze. The same way I did this. This is basically a maze on the ceiling. I just free mapped it. I freehanded that while I was doing that. And then so basically what I did is I free mapped it with the runes, and then I put glass in between it so I can see beside it. And those are called castle rune bricks. You cannot make them. The only way to get them is to go to the Twilight Forest, to the end big white castle, and you can farm them there. There's different colored ones too. There's blue, violet, red, yellow, and maybe green. I can't remember if there's a green or not. But yeah, in regular Sky Factory 4, they're not buildable. You can only get them from the end castle in the Twilight Forest. In creative, of course, I just grabbed them. And then what I did is, of course, then I put liquid starlight across the entire ceiling. So that's what you're looking through in the space in between. And then I put glass on top so I can walk around on top of it as well. And glass, of course, this glass does not spawn mobs, so I don't really have to worry about that. What I miss here? Yo, my packager's glitched. It isn't consuming resin, only acorns. If you're using what I did, you have to kickstart it the first time. So when you first set it up and you finally got it ready to go and all the patterns done and you flip it on, it's only going to pull in the acorns, put in 1 stack of the right amount of resin, and then it should just start doing it automatically. But anytime if you're using the one I linked earlier, using a processing cable, if the recipe you're doing has more than 1 component, the system will only pull one of those out the very first time. You have to manually add the rest, and as soon as you do, it just takes off and starts mass making them. So that's took me a while to figure that out. That's usually the step people trip on. How do you unlock the castle? There's still acid rain for me, but I took a break after the Urghast. So after the Urghast, you have to go to the swamp. The swamp is an area that now it's changed. It's just a big kind of rounded like the hill, but flat on top. There'll be a cave on one side of it. And if you go in there, there'll be big blocks of obsidian. There'll be one giant one you need to break open, but you can't use a regular pickaxe of any kind. Above that area, way up in the sky, are some clouds. If you go up there, there will be giant versions of you walking around. Some of them have swords, some of them have a pickaxe. If you kill one with a pickaxe, you pick up a giant pickaxe, and that's what will break the giant obsidian. And when you do that, inside is a little, looks like a genie's lamp. Picking that up is what unlocks you to be able to go into the final castle. I hope that helps. I know it's me throwing a lot of stuff at you out of the blue there. I'm going to make a quick mod pack to play. Attempt to wrestle with AE. Sir! A braver man than I. I'm going the wrong direction. I can't do that. That'll throw me all off. Consistency. So Tobias. Yeah, kind of like that. When I first saw those runes on the castle, that I thought the exact same thing. I was like, that's exactly what I would be looking for if I was to build something like that. One of these days, I'll sit down, start a Sky Factory world or world somewhere, and just start building merge world stuff. Maybe not whole kingdoms, but specific buildings. Nothing else. All right, Cameron, did that work? Hopefully it did. So that's if the recipe only has one item or one type of item, like if you're making turning diamond acorns into a block of diamond, or into diamond, I'm sorry, because there's only one thing, even though there's 9 of them, there's just diamond acorn. That one goes through just fine. But any recipe that has more than one different type of component, you got to manually kickstart it the first time. Best of luck to you, Turtle. Although why, I have no idea. Yeah, I really like the castle bricks. There's a lot of cool bricks in there. That's where you can get the castle doors as well. And it's the only place to get the castle doors. And they're my favorite doors in the game. I'll definitely work those in somehow. In a couple different places. Because there's those doors that you punch them and they disappear. And that for just a second, then you can walk through and they reappear behind you. What's your favorite mods in Minecraft? Mods specifically? Well, I will do my best to answer that. So if I'm going to pick my favorite mod for actual usefulness, it's going to be Mystical Agriculture. It provides you nearly every material you're ever going to need. It's super easy to get going, and it provides you with Supreme Armor, which is one of the best armors in most mods that you're going to come across. Including in the packs. There's a lot of great stuff in Mystical Agriculture, but that's my favorite one for most useful. For most fun, I love messing with the chickens. I love the whole chicken breeding and messing with the chickens. I just think it's fun. So that one's a good one. I'm trying to think of what other ones I like for fun. Turtle, it went nighttime. Your day thing did not work. I just realized that. Let's see. Build Merge World. Said I built it once. I put like 8 months into it, and then the computer crashed and I lost it all. That was a long time ago. Al tried to recover him. It just wasn't possible. It's all right. I don't care to do it a little bit. Here in a couple minutes. Oops, I don't need to do that. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to be done with this anyways. Oh, man, I messed it up again. And then I can just start throwing lights underneath. It won't be bright all the time. Technically, I could just give myself infravision, I guess. Yeah, it was rough. I built the Lake of Serenity. I built Mercy's Keep, including secret passageway leading out, and the secret mirror room, her treasure room that was in the story now, that's in there. I had built the temple, including the secret passageway to the Crystal Cave. And What else? I had the Wizard's Tower was built. Dandy's house was built. An inn that's important, but you don't know why yet, I built. How do you like that for a sneak peek of something you weren't thinking? That was a suicidal little slime. But yeah, I built all those. What else? I built Draven and Tevin's house way up in the northern woods. I built the Realm Gate. What else did I build? I started building Moonbrook. And that's around the time where it crashed. All of that took a lot because I was in vanilla and I did not, it was a long time ago. I didn't know anywhere near about Minecraft like I do now. And I did a lot of stuff by hand that nowadays I could have done way easier. That's me the coolest spacecraft airship. Name it the SSODG. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Yes. I'm excited by prospects. It's going to have so many cool things involved. Wish I'd stop hitting extra bricks on top. I know I could hit U to reverse it, but it's just faster to break them later. So what I'm doing here, Jim, is I'm going to build a ginormous pyramid. And within it are going to be multi-levels, multi-tiers of mazes. So you have to go through a maze, work your way up to the next one, to see who gets to the top to win. To get the prize, if you will. And then, down the road, I will invite people in to the server to play it. Jim, did I talk to you about Fall Guys already? I should throw this at everybody in case somebody wasn't here before. So I just recently learned that Fall Guys is now cross-platform with PlayStation and PC. Xbox and whatever the Nintendo one is again. Those are not cross-platform yet. They should be coming down the road. But right now it's just PlayStation and PC. And much like a Jackbox night, I now have the ability in the game to create a custom game and invite up to 60 people to play. So I could do multiplayer Fall Guys now. And I can stream that because there's no voice chat. It'd just be people running around in the same world as me. So there's that. So yeah, maybe on Wednesday for the extra long birthday stream. I believe that's when we may do some of that. I'm planning on doing some GTA as well. I'm not sure exactly what time. My goal, at least right now, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to start at noon, stream till 6 hours, take an hour break, get a bite to eat, bathroom, walk around, rest my legs, whatever, refill my chalky milk, and then get back on at 7 and go for 6 more hours till 1 a.m. So during that time, I'm going to do a bunch of different stuff. Definitely we'll do some Jackbox with anybody who wants to play. I'd like to do some GTA. I'd like to try to get the Fall Guys stuff together. What else? That's right, you have an Xbox. I couldn't remember which one you had. I wasn't sure if we chatted about it yet. Excellent. Yeah, so I'm gonna bounce some of that. I'll put a schedule together tomorrow, an approximate one, right? Now I understand that, and I feel I will say this because I do feel bad. Do I have a Discord server? I do. If you go to my website, Onlydraven.com, there's a button right near the top of the page. I'll take you right in there. It is open to anyone who would like to join. We would love to have you. What else I can say? Yeah, so I know that when I put these blocks together, I'm going to be doing some games at times that some people can't play. And I know that, and I definitely apologize for it. There's just not going to be a way for me to play every game at the most opportune time for every single person. So I'm going to kind of have to go by what times I can get the majority of people on. You know what I mean? That said, if there's something you really wanted to play and you're not there for that segment, I'm going to do this again. I mean, not next month. I'm going to have we're doing a charity stream for the local animal shelter. So that's going to be another big 10 or 12 hour stream. I'll be doing all this type of stuff. Plus, I'm going to do my best to fit in nights every so often. Like, you guys know I already do Jackbox at least once or twice a month with everybody. The Fall Guys thing, if that goes well, I'll start making that a regular thing every couple of weeks. I'm definitely going to start working GTA back in a bit more. Oops, I don't have a window up. Let me see what that was. Thank you, Reed, for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, what did I miss in chat? Build a lot more than the usual amount if you press and hold G. There are different shapes you can do with it, yes. Like you can do surface, but even with surface, you're somewhat limited. I usually just do to me. Where is it? Build to me. There it is. Wow. We've done a lot so far, to be honest with you. So far we were. You're right, though. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I guess we could look at a couple of the other settings on it. Surface. So here's surface. It does 1. Well, that didn't work. G. Okay. But not surface. Still just giving me a row. Guess that still might be faster if I go fast. That's definitely faster. It's building a little weird, but, you know, it works. Whoop! Thank you, Chef CJ. Appreciate 7 to the channel. Thank you. That's as far as it'll go. Yeah, oddly enough, this sounds weird. I've done a tutorial showing how to do all of them. I get in the habit of using the same thing the same way all the time, and then I don't even mess with it. It is faster, though. You are correct. Whoops. Did I double layer that? I did. How did I do that? Not what I want. I want a single layer. Normally this wouldn't work because I don't usually do all one material on the bottom, but definitely work for this. What's the green things? Slimes. Those are slimes, sir. They're very slimy. Marcus says, hello, what are you doing right now? Saw you in the recommendations. Oh, so right now I'm on a private server where I'm building Let's Plays and different types of Minecraft games that I will eventually invite in members of the community to come in and play. So what we're doing right now is I'm building a massive pyramid that's going to be a multi-tiered maze, and each floor is going to have kind of a slightly different theme to it. For example, one will be just trying to get through the maze. One will have PvP elements. One will have survival. Like I'll put in just like a ton of monsters, probably spawners, and laugh as people die. But I will put together things of that nature. And then after I get a bunch of stuff, we'll get a bunch of people on here. It'll probably be a while. I'm going to build several Let's Plays first. But the goal is to do that, then invite in members of the community to come in and play them, and then film those and put them out as videos. That definitely was quicker. No arguments from me. Ooh, missed a spot. Now, whoop! Wrong button. Oh, I'm not on it anymore. No wonder it's not working. G. Now I want to go back to build to me. All right. Swamp or something? We can check. I am in Taiga currently. Chef CJ said, I've been watching you for a year or two. I never knew I wasn't sub. That's all right. Look at all those slimes. Look at all those little slimy slimes. Go around and fix my mistakes. Boop, boop. So for those of you who weren't here a few minutes ago, give me just a second to finish knocking these nubs out, and I'll show you the. I'll give you a brief tour of what we've already built here.
Wow. Wow.
The community
Wow.
has helped me design some of this stuff. Some of it I did afterwards by myself, but some of the color schemes and stuff, I like to reach out to the community to see what they think. And I'm going to come back and light this puppy up. All of them enough. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
How do you make the geothermal setup quieter? Make yourself a sound muffler. A sound muffler, you just drop it on the floor right next to it. Makes all sounds in an 8 blocks radius disappear. I use them as well. It's the worst part is the sound. I concur 100%. That's why I like to build them next to each other. So when I put down one sound muffler, it quiets them all. All right. So this is my starting point. When I do invite people in for the first time, they will spawn there. Except they will spawn up here where the tree was. So I put a little slime block so that way when they fall, they don't hurt their feeties. To the main room. So I built this. I'm still not sure about the hedges. I may switch those out to the blue version. I'm not sure if that's too much green. I'm going to definitely do some other things in there. Maybe add some fountains, some flowers, and different stuff. This is just the basic idea. But this is the welcome center. This is where you'll first come into for any Let's Play. I'll have portals and such inside that'll take you to the different games we're going to be playing that day. And again, because I love showing it off, I'm very proud of how the ceiling turned out today. I put about 2.5 hours into it. I'm going to show this off a lot today, so those of you who've seen it, bear with me. So, yes, I was very, very happy with that. I built something kind of like it in the past, but not exactly the same, and this definitely turned out much better. Let's see here. Fill command, very likely, but I actually enjoy building this stuff. I usually don't try to skip building the things because I like that stuff. Yes, Val, that is liquid starlight. So I use blue castle rune bricks, and I put glass in between them, so that way you can see the sides of the bricks. So I wanted to give it a real 3D feel. And then above that, I poured liquid starlight. Then I put a level of glass on top of that as well. Just kind of think it looks kind of cool. Thank you, Vencius, for the sub. I appreciate that. So yeah, I wanted the starlight to nothing above it to block it, because if I put something solid there, the starlight sometimes it doesn't shine as well, because you can see through the starlight. Obviously, you can see the floor in there. It means you can see out. Something dark above it will make the starlight not as bright. So. Yeah, so this is the starting platform where people will come. I could build, like I said, portals inside that'll take them to different things. Maybe I'll put little signs on the wall saying who won what, things of that nature. But yeah, I very, very happy with the ceiling. It's probably I was looking at several different fluids to put in there. I knew I wanted something white. I thought blue at first, but blue made it too dark. I wanted something brighter than that. So liquid starlight, just of the different effects the liquids have, liquid starlight has the only one that has this type of effect, and it looks very cool. So, yes. So there was that. All right. So, back to here. For the record, this pole, that's just my midpoint, so I know where the middle is. I like to try to keep stuff lined up as possible. It is 201 blocks each side. I do that. Thank you, Marcus, for this up. I always do an odd number because I like a center point. I want a square in the middle. It only works if you go odds. So now we're going to excessively put flare lanterns on here. For the record, yes, I'll be putting on way more flare lanterns than I need, but better safe than sorry.
Wow.
And I don't have time. No one's going to see this. This is all going to be hidden underneath. So I'm not too worried about it. I like flare lanterns if you've never used them. They have an incredibly large radius. The radius is up, down, and around. And it goes through solid objects.
Wow.
That's the key. So I can put this under the floor and it's going to completely light everything above it going up like 15 to 20 blocks. And again, you don't need anywhere near as many as I'm putting in here. I'm over excessive because I'm in creative. If I wasn't in creative, I'd be stingier.
Wow.
See, that one's already starting to light up, so it's already lighting. And the light will continue to spread until it hits its maximum. You can see the lighting, it's slowly moving because more are kicking in. But we're still going to go crazy with it. Oh! Well, that is if I could fly. Oops. A little bit too low there. Get over here where the darkness is.
Wow.
Problem is I'm not looking up far enough.
Wow.
We're getting close, yes. Hush, spider.
Wow. Wow.
Arm. So this eliminates the need for me to have any actual lights in the build. I don't have to use torches or glowstone or any of that stuff.
Wow.
This will provide all the light going up quite a distance.
Wow. 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 Wow.
These are definitely my favorite light source. I use them for just about everything.
Wow.
All right. That should cover most of that once it finishes spreading out. And then, let's see here. We'll turn to daytime, which will wipe out everything on top, and then we'll be fine. Genuinely nice guy. I try. I appreciate that, though, definitely. If there was a... that's the takeaway people go, it's nice, then I've won. You know what I mean? Does energy transfer node automatically work as an energy extraction cable, or do I need a cable? You will need a cable. You will need a cable pulling out, and then that. And another good thing about that is you pull the energy extraction cable out, right? Say you put it straight up, and then you put it on top. If you run out of GPS nodes, but the thing's still providing more power than you're using, you can slap another one on the side of that same extraction cable. Now you've got twice as many GPS nodes. You got 2 wireless on 1 cable. Yes, sir. I'm aware. But I need to find out if I can make the slimes stop spawning. So we're going to try. I don't know if this will work on slimes. It works on peaceful animals, but we're going to check. This is called a dread lamp. Tutorial incoming in the next week or so. Dread lamps are snazzy little blocks. The dread lamp prevents natural spawning of passable animals like squids, bats, and ocelots in a big radius around the lamp. I have those up over there, so I stopped getting chickens. I'm going to put a floor on the bottom of that. I'm going to encase it so you can't, so when you're standing here, you don't see all the junk underneath. Hey, Patches, you coming to visit? You're early. Way too early for treats right now. Where's your sister? I haven't seen Buffy in hours. Check on her for me. But yeah, the dread lamps work on chickens and other things. I don't know if they're going to work on these or not, but I figure worst case scenario, if they don't, all I've lost is a few minutes of my time of slapping some of these on here. I mean, if the slimes do keep spawning, I'm not horribly worried about it. Most of the stuff I'm going to build is going to be too small for them to spawn in anyways. Maybe some of the real small ones, and those don't hurt you anyways. These, I'm not quite sure the full radius size. It says a big radius, but I've not used them a whole lot previously, so Yeah, I need to test it to see if the slime thing works first. I mean, if this eliminates slimes, then I could turn that off to eliminate everything, although if this eliminates slide, nothing else should appear here anymore anyways. And that's another test of it. I want to make sure things are not going to be appearing where you don't have weapons in the middle of a maze. Again, if I was not doing this in creative, I would be much stingier on the amount of these I'm throwing down. I've used these a couple of times in like regular games, but not enough to be real familiar with their radius. It just says a big area. So, don't know. All right, clear it up. You die. Okay, well, I don't like this. Oh. Seriously? Yeah, I'm not going to mess it up. Let's go back to sword. Dang it. Need you to die so I can see if more will spawn. You are irritating me, slimies. You, put the slime balls in your slime. He would rather die than face my blade. I respect it. Not like these cowards. Armageddon. I don't know if anybody saw it or not, but the whole trailer for the Eternals came out today. It was a good trailer. It was a real good trailer. I was already interested in it quite a bit. That had a huge effect. I definitely would like to see it more now. I don't think this is working because there's a bunch of slimes there where there were not slimes before. Okay. Yo, useless? Interesting. That doesn't work on slimes then. Disappointing. Disappointing. All right, well, let's go ahead and kill all the monsters on here so at least I can make sure the light blocks everything. Shadows of Fire, that's a new one. Marvel guy? I am. I'm just a big guy in general. But I really like Marvel. I watch some of the DC stuff. I'm not a one to pick a team. I'm not the kind of person to try to decide between PlayStation or Xbox because PC's the master race. That's where I ride. But overall, I'm not. I think that the Marvel movies, 99% of the time, are drastically better done. But the two best comic book scenes in my mind, my opinion, were not in Marvel movies. The best scene that to me was exactly what I wanted from a character. This is the runner-up. And that is the Marvel Punisher TV, or no, it was actually Daredevil Season 2. But it was Bernthal as the Punisher, who, for the record, my favorite Marvel hero, by any means, is him. And it's the scene in Daredevil 2 where he's in the prison, and he gets locked in, and all the people start coming to the cells ready to kill him, and he just goes down that aisle, killing everybody. Takes a beating. Just go, and that's exactly what I'm not saying I'm violent. That's the type of character I want to see from the Punisher. It's someone who's like, he'll take a beating but not stop. And that was exactly the scene. I loved that. It sold me on the Punisher, and that's still my favorite Marvel show. But my favorite overall movie scene actually came from Justice League. And that's the scene where they're all fighting Superman. And it's about 30 seconds or less of that video. The scene where... Oh, hey, kitty. The scene where Flash decides to try to run behind him while Superman's holding everybody. And it's like him slow-mo going behind. And you just see Superman's eyes go, Flash is like, huh? Because he doesn't know Superman can move as fast as he can. It's just, and then Superman throws him and turns and almost snags the Flash. It was that moment of not only is Superman the strongest and the fly and all that kind of stuff, he's also one of the fastest heroes in the world as well. And just his eyes turning, letting you know that even though the Flash is bolting at super speed, Superman fully can see where he is. He's following that movement. Just that eye look and then him tossing him and swinging, that's exactly what I wanted to see from a Superman. And plus, I'm just a huge fan of him as an actor anyways. But that was beautiful to me. That was phenomenal and everything I could have ever asked for in a single superhero moment. So that's me. Any tips on finding questing RAM? No. Questing RAM, I think, is the hardest thing to find. That and the Hydra are usually the ones that I have the hardest time finding. Once in a while, the Ergas can be a bit of a pain, but definitely, those are the worst ones. There's my mid block. Kitty, I know you want some attention, sweetie, but I'm trying to stream some games. People don't want to see your fluffy butt. People don't want to see your fluffy butt. They want to see my fluffy butt. All right, here we go. Sorry, kitty moment. She wants some treats. It's not time yet. She has another hour before she gets more. Greedy. Okay, so I want to start building this. And I'm not going to be building this out of regular sandstone. We saw some very cool sandstone hieroglyphic looking blocks that I'm not going to use on the bottom layer of the maze because the bottom layer of the walls are going to be so small. You're not really going to be able to see the walls or the stuff. I'm going to use those for some of the higher levels where there's more rooms and things to deal with. Will I now have power? So that you're welcome, Cameron. I'm glad that works for you. Yeah, it's what I like to use. Isn't there a map? I take that back. Chaos. There's a Twilight map you can make that I know will help point you towards different bosses. I don't know if it does anything with the RAM. I don't know why my chair's spinning. I'm not sure if the map will find the RAM. The Twilight Forest map. That's probably not what it's called. One of the first. I've used the maps to know. Okay. I wasn't sure if it showed the RAMs or not, to be honest. I don't use them. Look at the slam of the Mohawk. Slam of the Mohawk. Slam of the Mohawk. I love that. Sorry. I enjoyed that too much. All right. So anyways, looking at sandstone. So for the walls, I think I want to use something relatively consistent. That's going to make an interesting pattern. So let's take a couple of these and see which one we like. That one has potential. That one has potential. I might like... I don't want to use that one. That one's too small. That one might be okay. Something a little bit bigger. Okay. I missed your answer, but do you recommend your gas farm for XP farming? I want to max out my Android. How long does the gas farm take to make? Take to make? A little while. Yeah, depending on how many of the seeds you put together. Making the compact machine farm could take you 30 minutes or so. If you've never done it before, I can make them pretty quick now just because I use the same pattern for so many different crop automations. I think it does pretty well, yes. Are you playing with Project E or are you playing just regular? The only reason I ask is if we have Project E, there's a better way. But if you don't have Project E, that's... I like that way because it causes very, very little lag. Because all the real work is being done inside the compact machine, you have to worry about all the crops lagging things out for you. So that was really designed more as a way to make a decent amount or a good amount of XP without the lag. You're doing a regular one. Then yeah, that should work fine. I would think. It can also depend on... You could build a regular mob farm, put a mob spawner in there that you've cranked out to just pour mobs out. and then put an XP pylon there. That can help as well. That takes a little bit more work and a little bit more materials, depending on how far in you are. What is your favorite Marvel villain? From the comics or from live entertainment? Again, I like to make sure I'm in, because there's a little bit difference there. Because sometimes an actor makes a villain way better than they would be, I find, in the comics. You know what I mean? All right, let's see which one of these we like. Okay, this is killing me. Why is this not working? Flash. Oh, I'm in caps lock. The movies. All right, so from the movies, Thanos. They did a really good job of making Thanos pretty awesome. Loki's funny, and I love Tom Hiddleston in the role. But for actually just given the humanity and such of it, Thanos was good. Although, if I had to say the best Marvel villain from live, would be Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. Nailed it. It is a damn crying shame if they don't find a way to put him in that role in a movie. Because that needs to happen. Very, very much. All right, we got, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe we'll come in 10 to start. Right now, I'm just trying to picture what I want to make the walls out of. I really didn't need to count that 10. Now, this is not going to be the same as the upper levels. The upper levels are going to be more hieroglyphics because you're going to have more room to see them. I kind of like... This one looks realistic to me. Like, that's the kind of wall you'd see if you were really bumbling around inside of a pyramid. You know what I mean? Kind of leaning towards that one. I don't like this one. That one doesn't have any permanent pattern to it. Yes, I haven't watched any of those Marvel shows yet. Saw all the ones on Netflix, except the last episode of Jessica Jones, because I just wasn't a huge fan. Which was sad, because she was amazing in the role. Loved her in the role and the character. I just didn't think the story was as good. Couldn't get invested with the story or the villain. They just didn't do it for me. But man, she was great in the role. Again, I'd love to see her in a movie. Playing that character. All right, let's see. This one also kind of looks okay. Looks like different bricks are being used. I want to get rid of this one. Narrowed it down to 2. Right, yeah, I haven't watched any of the Disney ones yet. I've only watched the Netflix ones. Alright, I kind of like these smudgy walls. It seems more like your grave robbing a place kind of thing. I think I'm going to go with that and save these for a higher level. Alright, so that was this one. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Will work. Just drawing the outer frame right now. I'm not going higher than 1. Yeah. 8, 9, 10, 11 was where I put it. Now again, I want room around the outside to build the actual pyramid bricks. So the pyramid bricks are meant to kind of hide what's going on inside. The inside is just going to be a regular square maze, and then the outside where we'll kind of come up with the art to camouflage it. I know this is going to seem like a lot of just color on color of the same color. We're going to add some textures in here for sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 blocks is that. Same Zelda book. It's still there. Forgot about him. Sneaky. Ninja. Like a ninja. Oop. I do that wrong. Did I do that? All right. Oh. Yeah, I'm a big fan of comic movies in general, so. Right now, one I'm really pretty stoked about is the Morbius movie. Pretty excited about that one. I think that I'm a big Jared Leto fan, so I'm excited to see it. Mostly I like his music, but he's still a good actor. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, wow, perfect. Good Raven. I never saw Venom yet, which I'm a big fan. The actor. Just hadn't got around to watching that one yet. Saw the trailer for number 2 the other day. Thought that looked a little funny. So we'll see how that looks. All right. Oh, God. Now comes the hard part. I have to find the middle. Sponge, you will be my middle block. Congratulations. You've been promoted. Seven. Make sure I'm watching the right row. 14. 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9, 30 to 1, 32. 48 for 1, 42 for 3. Ready? Count again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 21. 6, 7, 8, 30, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Middle block. That is the exact middle of this. 100 in each direction. Okay. Oops. The Tower of Sponge. Building myself a bit of a beacon to work on. So what I'm thinking is that on the first level of the maze, their goal will be to try to get to a center room, and that center room will have one set of stairs going up to the next level. The next level, when you get into that first room, there'll be multiple exits, and there will be multiple exits to the third floor throughout that level. I can't build the second floor until I figure out how much room I need for the first floor, and there's going to be a space between the floor that I can film in. And that's the one I'm concerned with. How much space do I need? Because that will drastically determine how many levels this thing is going to be. If I need a lot of space, 3 levels tops. If I can get by with a little space, 4 levels. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. 3 or 4 levels is what I'm looking at. This is going to take forever. All right. So, here we go counting again. I apologize for all the counting, but I promise it makes sense. This is the middle. Let's see. 100 on each side. I'm going to do the maze single level on the first one. I'm concerned I'm going to make this too hard for people. That's my worry. If it's too hard for people, then they may be stuck on the first level for a very long time. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Totally going to put a floor on that. So this is what I'm thinking about making the maze like, except of course there won't be any hole. Like it'll be all joined, but you'll be going through one by one, just one square pattern. Now, if you think about that, right? Look how much that is just in here. Imagine how many different ways you could go to get lost in here. That's if I continue to do a 1 width. If I do a 2 width, then they'll have more space to move around. It'll make it easier but I do run the risk of slimes appearing in that regard, much more than I would if I don't. Wanted it to be really big so I had space. I'm afraid it's going to be too hard. I'm going to have to widen. I'm going to have to make it too wide. Too wide in a long time. So... Four to 5 to 6 to 7. 9. 50 and 51. That's going to be my entrance. Nine, 50, 51. Draven, make the world peaceful for this. Then you don't have to worry about people running out of food. Yeah, but I won't work because there's going to be PvP levels where you're going to fight monsters. One level is the maze, the next level is fighting through monsters, the third level is fighting through each other. It's kind of how I'm picturing it. The second level, I will put spawners in there. So what I might do is at the beginning, what my plan is, I'm going to give each entrance, kind of like I did in the arena back in the regular world. I'm going to dye sets of leather armor. So everybody gets a set of leather armor for their color. It'll also make it a little bit easier for me when I do the editing to know who's who. But I'm going to give away that and give them a sword. May not give them a sword. I may just give them that and a stack of food. Plus, I'll have the ability to pop in and give more food at any time should I need to. Well, that's disconcerting. But if I do that, then I can give the food. And then when they get to the next level, when they get to that second story, there will be a chest with their color flag there. And I'm going to put a bed there. So they can link their spawn to it. So once they get to a level, that's kind of like a checkpoint. So they'll do their bed on the first level. Outside, they'll have a little room when they first walk in where they'll have a bed and their material. And the second floor, they'll have a chest with a sword and more food in it. I'm going to put the enchantment on the armor that it won't disappear when they die. So that way they'll get to keep their colored armor. And then... when they get to the third story, I'll probably do something along the same line. So I kind of have there. Val says, is there an item I can use for a wireless redstone lever? Trying to find... Yes. Yes, there is. I love it. Right here. Remote lever is the word you're looking for. Show you. So... Alright. So if you have a block down with a lever on it, right? All you have to do is shift right-click with the remote lever. You can flip it remotely. I don't know if there's a maximum distance. I've yet to find one. So as you can see, there's a little. If you look down in my bar there, you see there's a little white film over it. So that's as quickly as you can do it. Oh, so I don't need a lever. No, I don't know of anything that does it without the lever, no. How do you make a wireless terminal to an ME system? To the best of my knowledge, that doesn't work. For everything I've been told from everybody who even is much better at AE than I, says that the wireless crafting terminal does not work, and it hasn't been fixed in a long time. So I'm not sure if you can. That is under expulsion. You have to apologize. I don't know of any way to do it without having some kind of lever. That's the closest I've found. Well, where is it? There's the middle. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 28, 29, 30. Dude, move, prick. Oh, you made me lose count. Asshat's been here since the beginning. There, I thought I killed him already once. Oh, that's the only one that keeps spawning. $30. Come on. 950. Come on. So as soon as I get these doors entered, I can start bringing the maze. I can start building the actual maze. I just have to know where all the doors are so I can make sure they don't run right into each other. Yeah, I don't want to mess with my spawns, man. I want the monsters to keep spawning. I'm not looking to make them remove. Appreciate the help, though, but I'm not trying to get rid of the mobs. I'm fine with them being... That last one irritated me, but overall, I'm fine with them being there. 6, 7, 8, 9. 20. $50, $51. All right. 2 more to go. Or 2 more walls. Then I can actually start putting the actual thing together, which will be cool. I'm excited to actually start building it. We are. My middle block. All right, all right. All right. Wireless setup kit. Oh, okay. Excellent, Marcus. Yeah, Valve seems to have more about that. Yeah, I'm not something I don't use ME storage at all for any reason, so I know very little about that. I learned how to do the basic setup just so I could do a tutorial because people needed it, but I don't know much beyond that, to be honest. All right. When done, last wall. Then the cool stuff happened. Well, you know, I think it's cool anyways. Making sure I stay in this solid line. So, oops. There's my mid block. All right. I lost it. Too close to the block and I couldn't see it. 2, 6, 16, 9, 3, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40. 50, 51. Last one. Excited. I'm ready to start putting this thing together. One. There we are. All right. Work. So it'll be a little harder doing it 2 versus 1, but I can still make it happen. Means I have to do my designs a little bit differently. That. There, 2. So this is how I normally start off. I take a spot, and then I just start branching off of it, all kind of willy-nilly. The goal is to eventually get it to connect, all of them to connect to a center room over here. Then I'll have stairs going up. But I'll do this. I'll do a little bit over here, then I'll go to the next door, so that each entrance kind of has a basic setup that's a little bit different. And then it's just a matter of merging all those together in the middle. It is very time consuming. Let's see. 4. Light spores. Oh, good. Scared me for a minute there. Definitely easier with just one. All right, so thoughts. Think about this. You walk in the maze, going around. Of course, this will be taller, obviously. All right, so this is what a 2-side would look like to start off with. Now I'm going to do what a 1-side would look, a 1-wide would look like. And you guys kind of tell me which one you think, if it's too hard or too easy. For the record, I'm going to leave that open so I know where my middle is. So that's what a one would look like. I think 1-wide would be too difficult. That's my concern with the size that I have. You know what I mean? When it's not this big, 1's not that bad because it's meant to be confusing, right? I don't want you. It's gonna, walls are gonna be tall either way, but I think you're right. Just making it that big, I think it might be too much. Excellent turtle. Maze France. If you haven't seen it, I have not seen Zoolander, no. Not quite my kind of movie. Well, lightning strikes over here. The world is suddenly an unhappy place. But why? I'm so friendly. It makes no sense. Awesome, but I understand. I'll be honest with you, I don't watch a whole lot of stuff that has Ben Stiller in it. Not a huge fan. That's almost like a 1 space in. I guess I'll have to pop that out to make it 2. A pretty funky hub, though. Pretty easy to... Ha-ha! Eat some of that. Oh, dead end. But Probably for the same reason that I don't like Will Ferrell movies. I'm doing it wrong. Will Ferrell's a great guy in general. I mean, nothing against Will Ferrell at all. Just, I'm not a fan of movies where Will Ferrell's the star. Movies where Will Ferrell has a small part, he almost always is the best part in the movie. I think I talked about this just the other day, to be honest. There. That's what. Here. Will is the villain? That would make sense. That does not surprise me. Find out that's a Will Ferrell movie. In any way whatsoever. Wow, this actually will be a lot quicker to build now that I'm just doing it too wide. Look how fast we got to the corner. Huh. I just hope it's still challenging. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I want people to have fun playing. That's kind of a one space going out there. We'll make that a dead end. That open. Coming right into the corner. Yes. Are you gonna make any parkour jumping stuff? No, not that I can think of. Because there's gonna be a ceiling, and I can't put any jumping on the other levels because they'll fall through onto this ceiling. There's gonna be a space between floors that only I have access to, so that way I can film looking down. See, this is the problem, right? Look at this looks like, right? So for me to watch somebody going through this, I would have to be at least this high, right? So look how much space I would have to leave before I could even build the next floor. Not only that, everybody will be going on at the same time. So I'll be zipping around looking at how everybody's doing, at least the best I can. So, it's going to be a challenge. That's this. Better at the single. I may leave just. It's making it a lot harder to do it. I may have to have just some single corner spaces to squeeze through, I guess. I'm not sure. Reach outlasts a lot. I keep hearing you say it a lot. Oh. Exactly. I'm gonna put spawning point. I'll put beds on each level so they'll have a checkpoint to go back to where they were. That's 2. I'll do a single there. Leave that kind of an angle. Good. And into there, I like that. That looks good. Here with there, so same area. Alright, I've gone as far as I can go here because I have another entrance over here, so I have to now start spawning in from the entrance over here to run into that. So all the outer edge will be done first. Once I have the outer edge done, then I'll build the center room and start working everything towards it. That person right off the bat an option. this diagonal corner there to mess with your mind. Here, here. I try to not have crossways across. I don't want you to be able to see that far ahead. I want you to be like, okay, well, I got to go around this corner over here to look and stuff. There. There. Give you a long stretch. Haven't done a long stretch. Big decision. That's a long way. Did I go the wrong way or did I go the right way? You'll never know because I'm a jerk. I haven't gone back and, I don't think I've ever gone back and watched one of my own streams. I watch all my tutorials. Lord knows I put them up and then realized the mistake and had to take them down real quick and fix them. More times than I'd like. All right, so poke through the corner. Poke through the corner. Here. Well. Here. We need to give this side more options. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I've never, I guess more than anything else, I haven't had time, to be honest. Really have time to watch anything anymore. Usually when I'm doing stuff like this, if I'm not doing it during a stream or during the other job, is when I would kind of watch Rooster Teeth stuff. Stay ahead on it. Try to stay caught up anyway. They have so much good content coming at so many, so often. These two corner doors are going to be pretty close to each other. How is that possible? Oh, I realize what I did. Huh. Well, that's going to be odd. It's going to have to slightly be off center. So be it. I have to put 3 on each side. They're going to be too far apart. The left of center on each. Go. I found a really cool solution. If you want to see a spawn, figure type any password in, type that password in, activates the signal. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I don't mess around with a lot of the command stuff. Try to figure out a way to do it. I'm not saying it's one way is better than the other. That's just my thought process. Can you do stuff like that if you don't have cheats on? Would probably be a question I would have to ask. That's a 3. Bag there. That's 2. All right. I like how that's looking. What do you guys think so far? That looks traversable. I now have 12 openings. Doesn't mean you have to have 12 people. You can just pick which one you want, I guess, right? Oh, no. How many colors are there? There's at least 12 colors, right? Black, green, light. Yeah, there's at least 12 colors. I'll be able to do 12. This time, we're going to give you no choice except to go to the left. And you do have a choice. Choices in life are everything. Here, so you don't know how far that goes. Probably sounds odd, but I can't tell you how relieved I am to hear that my kitty is okay. I was worried we were going to go in and they're like, well, there's something else wrong. Need to look at something. No. Please. She was really good. She cried on the way there and she didn't like being in the cat carrier, but she did pretty good overall, you know? What up, Maki? How goes it? There. I feel like I need to give another. Ooh, big slime. Don't. Filing cabinet system set up. Nice! Always a good feeling when that stuff's done, right? So. Dead end looking there. Even solid that up. Wiggle thing there. This way. There. Do a doorway. Here. Let's see. Filing cabinet. Concrete down. Hey, there you go. Concrete's nice. I like concrete because you run so fast. Not too bad. Some sides seem a little bit more technical than others. You know, I'm trying to make sure that I don't make one specifically easier than the rest, of course. But, you know, Some of that will come in time. Choices. Make your choices. Uh-oh. Raven make a big boo-boo. I'll be like, aha, come around here and crap. I don't know why. Little things like that. I'm still not close enough to have to branch to the other one yet. Let's add a little bit of complications. There. Zigzag action there. Yes, this is actually a separate stream. This is on my Let's Play server I'm building. I'm building a giant maze, and it's going to be a pyramid. There's going to be different levels of the maze as you go higher. So it's going to be a Let's Play I put together. That the goal is to eventually record it in a video and release it with maybe several members of the community playing it out to see how it works. Oh, excuse me there, little guy. You bumped my hand. Gabby, except that's not good. Let's do that. A little bit of a run around. Why you wanna give me a run? I'm pretty happy with it so far. Big ones are the only ones that bug me. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Said the concept of it, I think, is really cool. It's just execution at this point. You know, making it turn out so it's fun for folks. Hopefully, people will enjoy it. You know. Problem with that. Need to take this out first. Up by 2. Work. Work. Some more squiggles, though. Not a lot of squiggles. Not happy when there's not enough squiggles. I want people to go into dead ends and then be frustrated. This is what makes me smile. See, how does a packager work? All right, so a packager, the way it works is any items that go into it that can automatically be put together will be made so. So let's just say hypothetically, you only had diamond acorns going into your packager. 9 of those make a diamond. So the packager will automatically put those together. Packagers are really great for the resource hogs because it just takes 4 of the same truffle to make that resource. So whenever those 4 of those come in, it makes one, kicks it out the other side. It can't do complicated recipes like ambers and such as well, because again, it's not going to package one item into each other. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it doesn't work as well with those. So yeah, and whatever, any single item recipe where as long as there's 6 of these, 4 of these, 8 of these, it'll put them together. That's right, it can do up to 6 things. You don't really pre-program the recipes, it can just do 6 things. Again, the only time I really ever use packagers is when I'm doing the truffles, because it's super easy, and whenever I'm doing the compression of sugarcane or netherrack. Because 9 makes 1, 9 makes 1, 9 makes 1. As long as 9 keep feeding in, I don't need to put in any special recipe. Oh, we're getting close to this door. It's almost time to switch channels. Go over to that door. That's a good looking dead end right there. Make some options here, make some choices. my knuckles. Alright, here we are. Alright, so I really want to... Okay, before I go and fix that, I got to fix this corner, so I'm not real happy with it. I got to tie this in somehow. So I'm not a big fan of minimal corners like that. That's not real hard. You're going to get spun around. It'll work. That's a little bit better. I got to bring this guy in. This guy, we're going to give a long entrance. He's got to go left or right. Both of them are going to take him backwards. That one's a dead end. Here. Those two. This. Haha. Little squiggle wall there. Squiggles. This. The hope is when they get in there, they lose direction. You know what I mean? Harder to tell which direction they should be going. I definitely try to avoid making it in any way where there's an easy way. Let's see. Do you normally pipe your bonsai trees into a packager for a smeltery? No, I don't use a packager at all. I use a separate simple storage network that automatically creates amber. Like, think of these. Like, I don't automate amber because I think it's a waste of time. Follow me on this. I don't automate amber. I like to manually load my smeltery because I like to make a whole bunch of one thing at a time. I don't want to build a smeltery for every type of ore there is, and to be honest, once you can access mystical agriculture, your smeltery almost becomes useless. You can keep throwing amber into it, but I normally will just put a really big chest with an input cable going into the smeltery, and then I just go to my simple storage, make 50 stacks of amber, throw them in there, and I'm good for an hour. Come back, decide what I want to throw in next. I don't normally automate amber unless it's specifically to one specific thing. Like if I just need to have this, I'm building a compact machine, and inside that I'm making one thing and it's got its own little smeltery or melter, that's a little different. But normally I don't automate amber. Because as soon as I can get mystical agriculture, it's super easy to automate essences. I can get iron essence, gold essence. I can get an essence for pretty much every metal that you can smelt. I think more, actually. So early game, like I said, I'll make a bunch of one amber, throw it in. And when that's done, make a bunch more, throw it in. Yes, I spend 2 minutes once every hour reloading it. Make one of those huge compact chests, fill it up with one amber. You've got 30 minutes to an hour before you have to come back. And that's, I've got, 16 pore sprouts on my smeltery at this point. So, yeah, I don't normally do that. Essences are, once you have the seeds, yes, because it only makes essence, right? So because of that, you don't need a packager, because it's not packaging things, it's just crafting. So it's with that, I can, if I have what I'll do a lot of times, I put my mystical agriculture inside of a compact machine. I'll build 3 levels, so there's 3 farms. Each one has its own auto crafter, making the item directly into the ingot, because I don't have to make amber out of it. It makes it into gold or iron or whatever. And then that feeds directly into my system. I never have to touch amber or smeltery again. But that's me. That's me. Early game, I just manually load it and put it in there. But yeah, a lot of time, like early game, you've got to use the trees. I mean, for sure, it's just a given. So I'm not trying to take away from that. It's just for me, the amount of effort that I might put into automating amber, I could just manually load it faster. I don't know how I want to do this corner. Kind of have to block that in, and I wasn't looking for it. And that looks almost inappropriate, so I got to fix that real quick. Hold on a minute. That looked a little bit too much like something I would rather not have anywhere in my game. Let me fix that real quick. Redoing a corner real quick. Hold on a second. I'm going to have that zigzag in there. I'm going to just play it safe. That is almost a waste of a dead end, though. Ooh, this would be a better dead end. You have to go around the corner for nothing. What a long run. Love it. Excellent. We've improved it. There. That looks way better and less potential for problems. Your mind is well. No, I mean, again, automating amber can give you a lot of stuff that you're going to need. So, I mean, there's definitely 100 million reasons to do it. But unless you're just pulling, I mean, think of it this way. Are you having it automatically going into your smeltery? If you are, then you run the risk that some metals are going to mix together if all of them are going in there. And if you're saying, no, I'm just automating them into my inventory, and then I pull them out and load them in manually, you might as well just make the ones you need when it's time to pull it out and not have to worry about the automation. So there's that. But again, and then once I get mystical agriculture, I rarely touch with my smelter at all, unless I need an alloy. But even then, nowadays, with the ingot formers and alloy smelters, you don't even need it for that. Mystical agriculture, again, we were kind of talking about earlier, mystical agriculture is my favorite mod itself because it is just so versatile. It gives you so much stuff. All right, what are we going to do here? This wall's going on forever. Need to make a decision. That way. That way. Bar branches. Like it. This could be turnaround. And again. That's a long way to walk to go around. I love it. Option there. Place in the middle of that. Okay. That down. Germany! Hey, Jack Daniel, what's up, man? On Survival Scare with a friend, and your vids are so great. Oh, well, thank you, Manuel. I appreciate that. I am glad that I could be helpful. And I appreciate you coming by to say so. Welcome to the community. All right, so we're going to give an option to go up. We're going to take it all the way around the corner. Give these guys a loopity-loop. Who poked me in the butt? Oh, kitty. Sorry. I had a kitty poke me in the butt. I'll leave that going here. Am I going to... built myself into... just a little bit. Aha! Yes. Dead end. For both of you. Ha 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 ha! Double dead end. Oh, shoot. That's not going to be that cool of a dead end. You just walk around the corner and see it. There. Now it's more hidden. Yay. All right, so that one's going to go up there. So if you hang a left, you're going the wrong direction again. Now we'll give you options. Up here. Off again. This direction. Or Wall gets funky. Oh. I'll server for only friends. People, so it gets pretty crazy. Gotcha. On leg free, it gets pretty crazy. Understandable. Yeah, leg is the rough stuff. In there. Am I going to do a squiggle? I'll do a squiggle there. We've done a squiggle. Squiggle's just a little angle shot, which is not exactly too wide, but close enough. All right, let's take a look at it so far. What do you guys think? Opinions? While I quaff my chalky milk. Turn a fan on because it's hot. Again, I usually do the outside and then work my way in. I'm okay with this. All right, here we are. With this one, we're at the next door, so I've got to start pulling my way in. You know what? Let's do this one a little differently. You've got to go left or right at the beginning. Make your choice. Oh, that's delicious. I love it. There's a fatty fat dead end. Ha ha ha! Almost. I mean, I'm still gonna put something, but that's kind of a dead end, right? It's still kind of cool. This one, we're gonna give a passage right here. Across to that. Oh, that's awesome. It worked out real well. I can stick a fatty fat dead end right there. Hey, Chubby, what are you doing? That way. Wrong weapon. Get rid of those so I use the right blocks. This way. Pull you down. Dug in the middle. Alright, so now I've already merged into this one on this side. I'm going to mash this up just a little bit to make sure it blends in, and then I can start continuing around the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. We got 4 here. That's going to be a waste. I can't do that. Make that solid. Bit of a dead end. You were fine before, but now you're bugging. That, because I don't like too many straight tunnels. Don't like it. That's. Ooh, no, that'll be a tough spot. I do want you to come out of there. Just a little bit different. Whoops, not you. Oh, that comes in there. 2, 2, 2, 2. That direction. That's to there. That's a big room, and I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Seems too straight to me. Let's make you go around a corner then. Make your choices. Right, then we're down here. That in. This way, that way. 6 wide. There. Here. Do a squiggle there. Ooh, if we do a squiggle there, I can put a dead end there. That works out. Alright, that's a pretty successful little edge there. this. Squiggle? Yep, that'll work. Squiggle's not as thin as one, but still wide enough not to be two, so still works. I'm okay with that. I feel... Again, thank you all for coming by and hanging with me tonight. I know it's just been me dropping sand everywhere, but I appreciate you hanging out anyways. I look forward to showing you progress on this. Maybe I'll pop back in once I've got the whole first floor done. Show you guys kind of what it looks like. Minor dead end to mess with your soul. Two. That goes in there. JI pages. Today we're doing something a little different. Today we are working on the Let's Play server, building some Let's Play games for the community down the road. Hopefully, everyone will think that is fun. And hopefully cool. Wiggle. Ooh, too many. Too many. That one. This one. Here. Door. This way. Camera and hand back. I've been watching your compact machine videos and I came into a problem with a screenshot in the Discord. All right, I apologize. I don't keep the Discord up during the stream, just because the notifications are horrendous. But I will check it out afterwards. Normally, I haven't mentioned this in a while, so I probably should. After a stream ends, I kind of go dark for about 30 minutes or so. I always take a little time, give my cats their treats for the night, check on my wife, make sure she's doing okay. Spend a little time with her. And then I usually hop back on and check on stuff before I go to bed. So I should always say that. I haven't reminded people in a while. If the stream ends and you send me something after the stream and it's a little bit before I respond, it's not because I don't like you. it's just that I always go dark just a little bit to spend time with the wife. Well, what do you know? What do you know? I'm all the way to the door here and I didn't realize that. Poop. Poop indeed. Poop indeed. All right, we're going to have to block that off. Make that correct. Oh, how about we give you choices in life? What up, choices in life? That comes down, that comes down, that's here. Come down here. This one's going to be here. This pleases me. Ooh, yes, that'll work. Work. That'll be it. Okay, well, I will try to describe it. Place an iron block with a redstone on top and through another redstone with the orange box for compact machine and the recipe won't go through. I guess I should ask first, what are you making? Are you making compact walls? Are you making a tunnel? Just so I know exactly what it is. Are you making the actual so I know exactly what we're looking at. Ten-minute warning. Thank you, Turtle. Wow. Wow, today's flown by. Compact wall. All right. So an iron block with a redstone on top of it and you've thrown a piece of redstone in. All of it's inside the orange square. Is it like a good ways inside the orange square? If you're too close to the edge, it may not be accepting it. You may want to move it in just a little further. But I've never seen that not work. So give me a second. Let me boot up the Discord, see if I can find. Okay. So the first problem is that you have torches there. You have torches inside the orange. There can't be anything else inside the orange area at all, or it won't work. So yeah, anytime you're building anything compact machine, the only thing inside the orange can be that. So you want to use glowstone blocks or something that will light up the area, but don't go above the cobblestone, because the torches are blocking it from working. That's not enough. That's better. Sure thing. Happy to help. Ah, I got another little squiggle in there. Excellent. I'm pleased with the development of that squiggle. Ooh, how am I close to? Okay, a little while before I hit another door. All right. Let's see. I gotta flush this side out a little bit. The song they used in the Eternals trailer has been in my head ever since I heard it. It's an oldie, and I like that. Nice oldie song from them. Okay. That's a squiggle. And we're going to have to go with the squiggle. Ooh, unless I just want to make it real confusing. And I do! Shut that one down. One way or another. Oh, you know what that would be? A really great dead end. I love it. Go. There. Which makes it there. 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 That. Yeah. Okay. Fix up that side a little bit. We carry on. Yeah, so we're at the 5-minute mark, so I think that's a safe place to call it for today. Now we put an hour into this so far. As you can see, it's coming along. Like I said, I knew this would be a long process. Doing it too is making it a little bit slower because I'm having to rethink how I do some of my stuff and be a little bit more careful with the spacing. But it is taking up more space at the same time, so it kind of evens it out. I will continue working on this. Once I get the first floor completely done, glassed up, and figure out what I'm going to run there, that is probably when I might pop back in here and kind of show you guys progress. So hopefully you're okay with that. I am at a point now that I can get rid of this because it's ugly. One lone flare lantern guiding the light. All right, there we are. So there we have the beginnings of the pyramid maze. My God. What have I done? Hopefully some of you guys are excited at the prospect of playing some of these things. And down the road, once I've got a bunch of stuff done, I may even from time to time make the save available publicly where folks can have access to it. You know, figure somewhere where people can, where instead of having mine, I give you a copy of it so you and your friends could go in on your own world and play it, kind of thing. So I may do that once I have a bunch of Let's Plays built up that people might be interested in doing. Take a look at it, maybe maybe getting that could be a prize for some type of contest I do. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But yes, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, this is the entryway. And I hit lag. Again, I want to take a minute to look at my ceiling. God, I love the way that turned out. To me, it kind of has a almost like a little Stargate feel to it, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I loves it. I loves it a lot. Well, folks, that's going to do us for today. Again, a reminder, tomorrow is Tuesday, for those of you who don't own calendars. And I do not stream on Tuesdays. Tomorrow's my one day off of streaming. So I won't be there, but I will be back Wednesday for an extra long birthday stream. It's my birthday, and I kind of want to hang out with everybody. So hopefully some of you guys will come and hang out with me on my birthday. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. I may stream a little Minecraft. If I get some more of this done, I may pop in and show it off. We're going to do some, if I can get this to work, mind you, we're going to do some Fall Guys. We're going to do some GTA. We're going to do some Jackbox. And I may look and see what else I can get my hands on and see what we can do. But then, like I said, there may be a part I just jump in and maybe we'll fit for a couple hours to just chill. I'll jump in here and do some of this. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So I'll have a schedule out for Wednesday out tomorrow. I'll sit down and kind of figure out what times I'm doing stuff. If you'd like more information on that, I'll be posting it mostly on my Discord. You go to my website, onlydraven.com. There's a button at the top you can click on, take you right into the Discord. We would love to have you. It's open to everyone. While you're on my website, hey, there's things you can check out, like links to my socials. I would be ungodly flattered if you would follow me on Twitter. Instagram and Snapchat, all that stuff is there. Well, Facebook. I even have my Rooster Teeth account up there. I'd love it if you send me friends requests and all of it. But Twitter is definitely the one I'm working on the most. Just trying to build up a presence on Twitter. And I promise I won't blow up your Twitter too much. I try not to tweet too often. But I'd love it if you follow. While you're there, you also find my regular streaming schedules on the website, PC specs, links to all my tutorials and videos. My Merge Worlds Dungeons & Dragons podcast stuff is up there. The Onlydraven Gaming store is there if you'd like to check out some cool ODG merch. Like posters and shirts with different ODG patterns on them, hats, mugs, stickers, tons of stuff. Check them out. Tell them what you think. Yeah, there's that. We'd love to have you. So thank you all for coming. If you had a good time, click like, whether it's today or 10 years down the road. It helps. I appreciate it. If you're new here, be sure to hit subscribe. But I always like to end by saying a very special thank you to the members of my membership program. You folks, your consistent support has helped the channel become what it is. So thank you so much for that, as well as all the wonderful people who've been tipping and super chatting and super stickering. Your support is also very much appreciated. And an extra special thank you from me and Little Patches, who hopped up here, to our moderators for all the good work they do. And, you know, they do a lot more work than you think. So thank you very much to them for keeping us up and running. All right? All right, kids, you guys all have yourselves a wonderful day, and I will see you again on Wednesday. All right, have yourself a great week.